in a professional game.
I don't think that's possible. I don't think it's actually possible to get it.
Do you think they took it out?
I don't know, but I've never seen it myself either. I think at this point, considering how long we've had Holoroth available, that
so here's the thing: is it enabled on Immortal War?
That's what I think. I don't think it is. That might be the case.
Yeah, that could be it then. Then maybe we'll find out. But we're into the action. FPX already taking themselves a fight versus SS1. Junk's able to kind of navigate nicely around the edge of this fight. Just going to get himself up onto the pole, got the scale rush lined up if he can go for it. Not going to find that opportunity. WBG actually looking to kind of break away from this one. Remember, they're the ones running that Valda Monk comp, so they're actually going in. They want to scale. They want to get some kills on the board and make sure they have some money to spend in those shops and get that armor onto Sleepwalker as quick as possible. Jing's still a while away off getting that ultimate, so we'll have to play this carefully. Is Tutu looking to get onto Rosemary and save their life. Jing, can he stop Rosemary from getting picked up? It looks like he can't, but as soon as he's revived, he's going to get scale rushed onto. Here comes the revive. It looks like Jing decides that his team's in actual danger, so he's going to rescale over, try and come in with a save. Takes a whole heap of damage from those halberds straight to the face, but with this pole sword, he is just messing them up. Junk's going very low. Jing trying to get the finish off, puts the bubbles down. Stancy's caught out, and this should just be it. But the sandstorm hits onto Jing. Can the transform save his life? It looks like they have been able to keep him alive. One grab comes in, and there is Sleepwalker popping off on the monk, able to secure himself the kills, and now looking for the grabs onto the SS1 members. Rosemary trying to make a break for it. Get caught inside the Valorant. Plucked out, slammed down, looking for the regrab. Another clutch from the Valda there as well. Rosemary going to take a whole heap of damage as Sleepwalker does time out in the middle of it. Rosemary going to look to try and finish up onto Sleepwalker. Has that bell to work with, is going to pop it. Rosemary now putting some pressure in, finds the uppercut, and Sleepwalker goes down in the middle of all of it, and Jing will follow him. The ult timed out. WBG go down.
Still a very, very good start for WBG. Getting 4 eliminations on the board off the rip. It's a pretty solid start. No one can say it different. Although they do go down, unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, you get those 4 early kills, you're still bound to be pretty pleased with that one, as you do keep a little bit of the money that you get. You know, when you do go down, you do keep a little bit, but getting the 4 early kills off the rip is definitely a solid start. But taking a look over here, it's a little bit quieter on this side. JDG have taken the time to loot up and get their hands on a Moonbane, landing up here in the northwest, over in the money spot. This is the best place for money on Perdoria, at least that we've found so far. And it looks as though they've managed to find themselves a lonely member of Bowder. Unfortunately, in a 1 versus 3 situation, there is not too much that can be done, and it appears as though he had already used his rebirth. So he is going to be down for the count, and the rest of his teammates are going to be tasked with coming up with the funds to resurrect their teammate, as otherwise he's going to be dead for the entirety of the game. But JDG, nice little pickup. Very happy. We're going to be able to get all of this money for themselves and potentially get some purple weapons or purple armors, whatever they choose to do. We're heading on over to GG, looking for this engagement. The Zai F3 is going to come through. The tether from the Kurumi coming in as well. So there was a parry that took place just now. We've got the ultimates coming in from the Kylin, sending them, just crashing through them all the way, not able to get the juggle down the hill, unfortunately, but still doing quite a considerable amount, getting the value. The Kurumi ultimate now coming into play. Zai still holding onto that ultimate, but here it is coming online, getting it knocked out of that hold. Gonna look for the F3, diving in. Huddy forced to use that combo break to go to the sky, and I believe we're gonna be seeing that ultimate coming into play as well. Chasing him down. Are we going to catch him though? GG. Looking for this chase down. They do still have that Zyol active, but unfortunately it is going to be cut short by the Forbidden Idol, the Fox Idol, the 3-ban zone, if you will. We're going it back to neutral. The F3 coming out from the Kurumi. A beautiful dodge through into the parry. Very, very nice. Followed up with that F3 going up onto these buttery rocks, trying to keep hold of these players, but it's not going to be easy. The combo break comes out for the Kylan, trying to peel just a little bit. All of these teams still looking pretty healthy. Nothing too crazy has happened just yet. We might be looking for the disengage. No! The re-engage coming out from the F3. The three-band zone still is active. GG immediately runs back into it as the Hardy ultimate comes into play, and they're not looking to contest that just yet. We do have the cube available as well. LXM eating a bit of damage. A huge follow-up, though, coming out from CJS. We've got a ballista in play coming out from Aizen. BBE trying their best to stay at the range at which their teammate can help them, but GG immediately consolidating onto this player, onto this Hardy, forced to disengage. The RMB focus coming down on the drop-down. Aizen now trying to stay alive in the 1 versus 3. His teammates have now turned up, fully reset. The ultimate is going to be coming through again from the Zai. CJS trying to find the opening, doesn't manage to get the CC onto Roy Hee. The Matariev crashing through onto Aizen. The bomb dodge away. F3 goes wide, not able to find the connection. Zipping coming in for that flank with the dagger. LMB focus able to peel him off for a second, but Aizen is still going to be going down. GG now. The Kurumi ult is in play yet again, and it looks as though GG might have this fight.
This is like one of the old zipping meta fights. Like it just
doesn't end.
To be fair, I do think the Zai comp is actually pretty heavily countered by the Hardy comp, and I know that might sound funny because we're literally looking at GG winning this fight. But I think that the amount of mobility and the ability to kind of evade them really actually counters this. So it was really well played by GG. And ultimately, I think the reason they won this fight was because Aizen went to go get that ballista. And GG just made the call to 3-man collapse while the rest of BBE went for a reset. So they were able to catch them isolated. And I think that's why they took the fight in their favor. But that was a good, 4 or 5 minute fight. That did not stop.
It was crazy.
Just constant action. As having a look at the map right now, we can see that the Realm of Yang's gonna be spawning up. It looks like EWG are gonna, if they want to, get their hands on one uncontested. Few teams around the FPX one, but actually all but KLA are moving away. So I actually don't think FPX themselves are particularly interested in jumping in. You can see WBG are desperate to get their hands on this Realm of Yang. Again, they've got that monk. They want to get the armor. They want to get the scaling going, get golden weapons onto him as quick as possible. That is going to be their game plan. But they have got SS1, and I can't see who the other team was. It's GG in the area. So there's going to be a fight for this zone. It's WBG going to look to make their way over. They want to be first in the zone. Are they going to be able to do so? Yes, there's Sleepwalker. Has the rest of the team made it in? Yep, they have. Alrighty. Going to see this Valor comp in. Not particularly geared as far as it goes on the Soul Jades front. But for now, we will keep our eyes on them. Sleepwalker, not really able to get much use out of his grapple to get nice and high. Is going to immediately go in for the transform here. Looking for the grabs. They're just going to hide behind that pillar. Can he find it? Gets the slam down onto Yin as he's looking for the grab. Yin able to just about tap dodge away of these, but he does find himself one grab.
The double grab!
The double grab, and here comes the collapse. They are on top of the Kurumi ultimate, though, to keep them alive for now. Sleepwalker just repositions. Yin caught by the Valor ultimate. Pampy trying to make a run for it, but he's gonna get himself caught out by the Valor ultimate. They are so clean with this comp. Walker pops the bell, trying to get away for the brief second as Pampy now is going to get himself caught out inside that ult once again. Jing continues to put the pressure down, but the Valor chains are absolutely obliterating WBG. Sleepwalker wasn't in the area, and he is going to go down. It started strong, but it ended with a complete whitewash.
That's so unfortunate. They almost had it. WBG, I think the thing that really spelled disaster there was they greeded for literally just half a second too long. They had Pampy in that spear CC. They had him in the water the water turbine. They greeted just for a little bit too long, and Pampy was immediately able to jump out of that CC into the F3. And they were denied so much damage that they could have potentially had, unfortunately. And it is what it is. You greed, you will be punished. It's tough out there. You gotta go for what you can. Unfortunately, they did not succeed in this situation. But JL immediately jumping out of this realm of Yang, now engaging onto 521. Very happy to take this engagement. Both of these teams do have that Vermilion Bird's Might. If they can get themselves 3 kills off of this, they are going to be very happy, especially if they manage to parry away a golden weapon that has been picked up in the realm of Yang. VVV being the holder of this golden weapon, going to be unleashing that ultimate now, going to be trying to force these players out of the Kurumi circle so that they can find the damage and not have it immediately healed back on up. Pampy taking a lot of said damage, forced to try and disengage and find a reset. It's not looking too good though for 521. Akame has already gone down. VVV taking a bit of damage, but he's still not in all that much danger. The zipping F is going to be ready to go to keep him topped up, and they do have both ultimates from TXJ and One Feng ready in their back pocket. The cube now has been placed down. They are going to be having that extra combo break available at a moment's notice if need be. But 521, they're not backing down. They want this fight. They want to see if they can get just a little bit of value. Anything, it will be good so that they can make use of this Vermilion Bird's Might. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. 521 falling apart, and JL are going to be taking this victory after the Realm of Yang.
So there it is. Nice little victory for them, as we are going to see fight breaking out here between EWG and FPX. FPX can keep that pressure up onto EWG. Don't have that Realm of Yang debuff, but they are feeling the aggression right now. We are going to see Junks put some damage out. They're just going to continue to fire away onto them for the moment, as it does look like a Cookie going very low. It's just going to immediately get blown up. Junks goes down in the middle of all of that, and FPX now going to get turned onto, although they're going to try and equalize out the score here. Ijai, very, very low, able to play himself away for the moment as they are looking to finish up these FPX members. Xiaohu going very low as well, and look at the damage coming out from Xiai, as that is going to be the end of them. FPX taken out of the game. And EWG will be sitting quite comfortably off that one. The Bird's Might will be wearing off soon, so I think these Bird's Might teams not going to be particularly interested in scrapping any more. As we do cut over quickly to WBG. Do have that Realm of Yang debuff, and they only have a minute left, so they need to pull this trigger. Iben's going to immediately get engaged onto. There's going to be the Bell's Pop by Sleepwalker. He hasn't even got enough to transform. They've not been able to use it effectively here. They're just going to try and continue to pressure up, but with 40 seconds left on the clock, it's going to have to be big. They find themselves a beautiful parry off, but no follow-up comes in. WBG, they greeded for this Valda comp, and it may have cost them heavily. 30 seconds to find 3 kills. I don't think they're going to be able to do it in time. Sleepwalker does have to transform. They are going to put a bit of pressure in onto Roy Hihi. It may be Maybe if they can find the one, I grab hit. They're gonna full combo in.
Oh no!
The kill. No, he's able to break away. He
what is
out. He goes down. Can they get to his soul in time? They do. Walker's cleansed, but in comes backup. WBG, they cleanse one member, and he's immediately gonna go down. Oh, it went so bad for WBG off the back of this one. This has to be a miracle. There is no miracle. WBG go down.
Oh my goodness. At least it's not all of them. The Valda and the Matari did manage to make it out alive with their having cleansed those Yang depletions, but oh my goodness. Yeah, they're cleansed, full cleansed.
Oh.
Thank goodness for them, though. Holy, they are gonna have to buy that rebirth charm now, though, to resurrect their Tianhai. But I'm sure they will manage. At least we hope so for their sake. But SS1 coming in with that third party at the perfect timing. Very, very nice for them, taking them up to 7 eliminations. And looking at the scoreboard, quite a few teams lurking around the same kill threshold. No big outlier, nobody just dominating completely. And it's still very, very close. Obviously, we do have a couple teams that have gone down fully, but it's looking good for a lot of them. And also, another thing to note, WBG did manage to buy that Rebirth Charm already. He's already back in the action, or at least he's going to be very, very soon. X1 now here, having picked up this Spirit Well, not looking to go into the realm of Yang, instead going for that Mystic Might on the Spirit Well. The safer option, perhaps the better one, only time will tell, but we're going to be jumping into the realm of Yang. KLA up against JL, and QGG is looking absolutely stacked. Golden armor, golden ultimate, and a purple staff. The spear. I saw the bouncy coming out from the spear and thought it was a staff, but no, it's just an erudition. QGG looking for the chase down, finds the sliding uppercut onto One Fang. His teammates looking to follow up, but not able to do so, unfortunately. Hardy Cube coming in clutch. QGG with that focus slide, looking to come in and now jump on to VVV, forcing out this Kylin ultimate. QGG forced against the wall, forced to use his own ultimate as well. Erudition sent flying. No connection, unfortunately, but he does find onto the VVV. He's overextended. He's lost all of his health, and the zipping healing is coming through, but it might not be enough to actually keep him on his feet. And there it is, the Dragon Roar coming through. VVV does go down. One Fang now pushed against the corner again, but has Cube yet again ready to go. And KLA are looking extremely dominant in this fight. 17S still has that Karumi circle ready to go at a moment's notice. The parry comes through, but unfortunately the F3 damage reduction comes in to deny most of this damage, 90% of it. The focus slide coming through into the jump LMBs. There's nothing they can do. JL are falling apart, and KLA just going to have to clean this up, and they're going to be coming away with a very nice secondary win in the realm of Yang.
This is the way to counter the Kylin. If they try to go for those dashes and get the sustain through that, if you can lock them down, you know, with the fear and shoves and things like that, you can actually just burst through them because they go very, very low while they're doing the ulting. So it's it was a really nice read there by KLA, able to win them that fight. And now golden armor onto QGG and to CXZ, golden weapons across the board as well. Like, these guys are starting to get very stacked, and I do think this is one of KLA's top comps. They are so good at playing the Sand Siphon. They've been very strong at this for a while, so it's really good to see, you know, them having a very solid fight versus a team that's pretty strong, as they are just are they rolling Soul Jades here, or are they actually buying Soul Jades? Because no, there's not too many on the floor.
I'm not 100% sure. I think they're just buying them.
Because I know you can still roll them.
You can, but it's not really worth it anymore. You can buy a you can roll for 5,000, 8,000, and then I think it goes up to 11,000 or something along those lines. But it's extremely expensive, and it can sometimes just be worth to save your money and wait until the shop fully unlocks so that you can just buy the specific Soul Jade that you want. But again, interestingly, we're seeing teams pick up this Draco Storm, which is definitely, it's definitely become a lot more popular and will be becoming much more popular now that in the most recent patch, they've actually made it so that when you pick it up, it gives you that full rage regeneration. But this is not the patch that they are playing on. Instead, they're playing on the previous one, but it's still extremely good. WBG now getting engaged upon by JL. JL with that Yang depletion, gonna be needing those soul blooms to cleanse that Yang depletion. Jing forced to use that ultimate, unfortunately getting taken very low. BVV coming in to follow up, taking a little bit of damage. Jing trying it to stay on his feet. Walker committing that monk ultimate to try and peel for his teammate here, but SS1 were in the mix, and Walker, he grabs one. Zen 1 getting sent down the terrain. I don't think there's going to be all that much follow-up, though. It's not looking too good for WBG. Axiao has been singled out and spotted down by JL. The double grab comes through, but no! He's going down to SS1. That is heartbreaking. Oh,
yeah, they've only got one member left. Jing on their lonesome, being run down here by JL. Jing is not going to be long for this world. They did 7 kills on that game, but yeah, unfortunately for WBG, Monk comps suffer right now in the meta. There's a lot of crowd control, there's a lot of mobility, and they had a solid start to this game, which is a weird thing to say about Monk comp, because normally they're not solid starters, they're more solid enemies.
Yeah, true, exactly.
If you're a Monk comp, you're going to get bullied by the lobby. Everyone's going to not want you in the end of the game, because the last thing everyone wants to have to think about are the Monk grabs. So they just decide to take them out and all go their separate ways. Bella's rung. JL just going to move it away. We've still got 9 minutes left on the clock as well. 21 players in this game and 7 teams. So still a fair amount to play for in this game. But I expect now, once this Roma Yang debuff on JL runs out, things will probably cool off until the Spirit Well comes up. And not the next Spirit Well, but the last Spirit Well of the game. Yeah. That might decide how quick or slow this game ends.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, JL, they do still have that one Yang depletion, as you said, on VVV, but they do have quite a bit of money in their wallet, so they may be able to just let him go down to this Yang depletion, or perhaps let him go down to the zone, the storm damage, and then buy the rebirth charm up. But the problem is they're kind of surrounded. X1 is very close, and as is JDG. They're trying to find a spot where VVV can just go down unnoticed, not have this team immediately recognize that JL has a player missing, and then look for the rebirth charm pickup. So they managed to find it. EWG still lurking very close, as is 521. If they get spotted out here, this could be extremely bad for them. Everything could explode at a moment's notice.
I also assume they want to get their stuff back as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like, find a good place to hide him while they revive him, and then get back in time to go get it.
Yeah.
If he's about to go down, one thing, I assume he's about to send himself across looking for somewhere to go revive him.
Ready to do it. Oh, here we go. Does he get the rebirth charm? He does indeed. They'll be going over to the rebirth altar, and immediately they're going to be able to go and grab their loot. And I think this is probably the best time for them to have done this, considering that this Spirit Well did come up a bit to the north of them. KLA immediately consolidating onto the Spirit Well, looking to claim it for themselves. But all of the teams surrounding them definitely going to be looking to jump in and snipe away some of this loot. 2Tick does jump in. It gets himself a purple armor, is immediately disengaging. X1 playing with fire here, sending these cannon shots into KLA. I'm not too sure if this is the best idea. This team's looking pretty stacked. QGG, CXZ, and 17S, all 3 of them with golden armor. And it's looking pretty good for them, Hitbrain. They're feeling themselves right now.
Yeah, I mean, they look so stacked right now. KLA are going to be really, really hard to deal with. As it's like everyone decided that was actually exactly what was going on. It's a variant challenge even used here by KLA. They know
we're going to Morph the Defiance for Jing as well on the Viper. Going to be diving in and not really caring if they die, although you don't want to be going down. As one of the optimal little things that can be done, if the team's got a Wu Chen, they're going to teleport their teammates away when they do go down. A little trick that you can do in your own games, chat, is as the just before that player gets teleported away, go over to the body and just grab everything you can. Just take the armor off the body, even if it's lower rarity than yours. Just take it off the body, as when they get teleported, they're going to be resurrected with no armor, and it's going to be tough for them to recover. A nice little finesse that you can do against all of these Wu Chen compositions. And also, surprisingly, we have a few of these Wu Chen compositions in this end game, and I'm not sure if they're going to be doing all that well going into these final zones, but they do have a bit of terrain to work with. Usually we talk about Viper comps doing extremely well in tree endgames where there's a lot of verticality, a lot of trees for them to lurk on top of, and then look for those drop downs with the Viper ultimate and try and get just a bit of value at the very least, as Wu Chen's ultimate value just gets less and less. It just depreciates as the game goes on. There's just not very many spots to teleport to that are going to be worthwhile. If you try and teleport, you're likely going to be as close to a team once you teleported as close to you as they were before you teleported. It's not looking too good for Wu Chen's, but there is a few things that you can do. Of course, you can get the Viper ult activated and then teleport and then just appear out of thin air and immediately stun players, which is always very nice to see, very, very exciting to watch. But I'm not sure if they're going to be looking for it here. But we do have the secondary and the final Spirit Well coming up, Hitbrain. Can you make out which buff that is? Because I cannot.
I could not tell you for the life of me. All I know is KLA won it. They are holding this, steadfast. Not committing the ultimates yet. Pampy actually knocks QGG out, and actually it's going to force QGG to go heal. Going a little bit low off the back of this one. It does look like now 521 are in control of this Spirit Well, as they are slowly working at it, but in come a bunch of people. That's a big Tessa charm actually onto all of the members. Pampy's interrupted. He's going to find himself charmed up, and there is no follow-up. That's enough to force them off for now. KLA re-engaging in, full committing off to the back of that one. QGG still holding the ultimate, so maybe not the full committal. Waiting to get this a little bit further charged up. They're just battering people away who step near. There's going to be the ultimate pop by QGG to send everybody packing as they get onto S1. Again, more damage coming out. Not fully going to be getting the kills, mind you. Tessa Charm will be connecting onto KLA, and this is going to leave them very exposed the moment that pops. Then everybody is going to jump in onto them. QGG able to reposition himself away for the moment as he has to go off and heal. Now X1 are the ones to jump in onto this one. I'm going to make a guess that this might be the White Tigers buff, because everybody in the lobby is going absolutely mad for it. QGG re-engaging in, rejoining into the fray, trying to force off the members of JL. Over the shoulder, TXJ goes as he just continues to harass and batter them away. The sandstorm was laid down. QGG are finding themselves again battered back and looking to heal. It's now JL in control. Another Tessa ultimate comes through. That urn is going to charm them up, and as soon as that pops, expect everybody to jump in onto them. In comes Rosemary. JL almost captured this though. QGG and the rest of KLA going for one last desperate ditch to force JL off the Spirit Well. Can they do it? It's going to finally get popped, and that is the buff for them. White Tigers over to the side of JL. QGG going incredibly low. JL now with the Kylan ultimate is just going to chase through everybody here. Desperately trying to find those dashes. Gets a whole heap of damage onto QGG. Finds himself taking a fair amount of damage. Actually, down, and they take him down. KLA with the shutdown.
Oh no, it's greed! The greed coming out from JL here. Thankfully, they are able to immediately resurrect their teammate, but oh no, you don't want to be doing that one, as he has now lost the buff for himself. His teammates have it, but he does not, and he is definitely in a very bad situation. The fire tick is coming through from all of these cannons. The flame breath doing work. JL, TXJ trying to make something happen, trying to peel for his teammate so he can get that full heal off, but KLA are not making it easy. One thing now does go down. TXJ also going to be following quickly after the focus slide. Unlosable neutral. QGG taking full advantage of that, and KLA still looking extremely dominant going forward into this end game. Two-tick, JDG, all lurking at the bottom of that tower, trying to heal up as they've taken quite a bit of damage. So many teams just flying through here. The mosh pit at the bottom, KLA are holding it. The blender is waiting for any of these players who dare drop down, but ZDI doing a very good job of disrupting this. QGG does have that ultimate ready to go very, very soon. All these players going up and down, trying to use any bit of verticality to keep themselves safe. 521 scale rushing upwards. Cookie has managed to find a moment to heal. 521 Yin lurking at the bottom, looking for the scale rush, just trying to stay out of sight, out of mind. QGG taking the aggressive positioning here, getting hit with that Tessa ultimate, forced to use that his own ultimate now, trying to stay hidden and close on this little lip of this tower. VVV is back. He does manage to push him into the zone. QGG doing so much work with this erudition. The spear going crazy. He's just sending all of these focus attacks. As long as he doesn't get his first hit parried, the purple focus is going to keep him going, matching through all of these players. It's getting so unbelievably close now. The Matari F pushing them all out. The poison splash coming into play. A last-ditch cannon hit. Tried to get it off, but not able to do so. ZDI still alive, and ZDI is going to be the last man standing. But who takes the MVP? I think it might be KLA, Hiprain. I think it might be them. And there it is. Oh my goodness, what an end zone. Got a few teams landing very close to each other. Speaking of SS1 and KLA contesting this building just in the south of Plume Castle, QGG looking to try and lock down Roseberry, but not able to do so, eating quite a bit of damage. Zen1 now jumping in on his own. He does have that F1 available and the F3 coming out from the Karumi. No armors for the side of KLA, it looks like, except for CXZ. But Rosemary, extremely low, does get parried. Not falling for that one again of a CXZ. And 17S taking a lot of damage, extremely low. QGG jumping in now to try and save them. Zen1 is going to go down. SS1 do claim one for themselves. 17S has been eliminated for the moment. 2-2, the parry comes through along with the F3. Beautifully done. Very, very well executed follow-up coming out from KLA, and they're feeling themselves. 3 kills off the rip already, Hitbrain. Looking good.
I for a brief second saw them running towards the soul altar, and I was like, don't salty run back.
Yeah, I thought I had this same thought, yeah.
They didn't, luckily, but that would have been a complete clown fiesta. As X1 finding himself here over by Matab in a scrap with 5-2-1. Beautiful use of the ultimate coming in from the Karumi there, but that is going to be X1 getting run down and taken out. This is how this comp shines. Very, very effective off drop as well, with the fact that I've forgotten her name already.
Tessa Ultimate.
Tessa, thank you.
Tessa 60%
for some reason.
Yeah.
Tessa, yeah. The fact you can cast it out without 100% charge, so it's really effective due to that. As I was in LXM, finding himself in a little bit of danger. Is it just about break away? Beautiful turnaround, GG. They had a solid start to last game, but kind of got comp diffed as we move later on into the day. This time around, on that blind date comp, very solid off the dart. Brain melty. Jake no work.
Brain smooth. Hey, we've all been there. Happens to the best of us.
Brain too smooth. It's like a slide.
But yeah, no, to add on to the point that you were making, this composition with the Viper Tessa is so good off spawn, not only because of the Tessa being able to use her ultimate as 60%, but also, as we've seen a lot of Vipers opting to do so, the Viper F3 essentially just being a mini nuke button on cooldown. If you manage to get a decent rarity weapon, you're going to be doing a lot of damage as it's gold focus, and you just send it out. If you've got your hands on a purple to gold weapon somehow, we do see Roy Hee with a golden weapon, but it's going to do 400 to 500 damage in a single button. It's pretty damn effective off spawn. Junks, though, diving in a little bit too... diving a little bit too far, but then fading back and getting a beautiful parry onto Aizen. The Tessa ultimate immediately coming in to follow up as well. Junks now using that ultimate himself. The V1, the F3 coming out to finish off Aizen. Roy Hee now tasked with trying to save the day with the ultimate. Still pretty low. The Karumi ultimate is going to be coming through as well, trying to secure this res so they can get that Tamok ultimate online. He manages to go to the sky with that F. The ultimate does come down. They're stuck at the edge in the wall. The Wisps are in play. Fat Milk caught in stagger, trying his best to stay alive, but it's not looking good. And FPX just tasked with cleaning up this fight. Fat Milk is on the run, but he's not gonna be going very far, I don't think.
I like this game mostly because it's kind of just giving us the power of the Tessa comps again, because it's been a while since the blind date comp has actually looked as impressive as it once was. But Horror Off, a map where this comp shines. Actually, one where it used to show up all the time. As SS1 finding himself in a scrap versus JL. With the Bane's Breath coming down, they immediately have to play retreat. As 521 actually coming in for a third party. I think JL just going to use that Bane's Breath to heal up and not bother getting engaged in, especially when there's an extra team in the mix now, and this could get a little bit dicey.
Yeah, absolutely. They do not want to be third-partied by 521 here. Yin, having used the ultimate already, it seems. Also, a ballista in play, just the icing on the cake. BVV did get obliterated, but thankfully for them, they did have that Moonbait in the back pocket so that they could secure the resurrection. Now back on their feet, looking to control this ballista. Akame is off screen somewhere, just getting absolutely cooked though by JL. They find the out of position Wu Chen and immediately pull the trigger. Now 521 forced to try and recover. It's not looking too good for them. They do have the Tessa ultimate coming in along with the Viper ultimate as well. One Fang might go down here. Pampy does get clanked. VVV coming in for the peel, trying to save his teammate. The F3 is going to come through as well. The Zai ultimate does come online, and there it is. JL salvaging this situation where they had lost a member and now managing to pick up 3 eliminations. 521 being the third partiers became the targets, became the victims of JL. Akame just getting caught out of position, not in range for his team to peel for him. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You can't be. You got to be careful. If you're on Wu Chen, if you're on a support, you get caught out. It is very, very dangerous. SS1, speaking of getting caught out, does get hit by this ballista, but thankfully for him, he is able to immediately disengage going up this terrain. TXJ now coming off the ballista, looking to chase him down with the remaining members of his team. SS1, they're on the run, Hiprain.
Yeah, they are. Let's see if SS1 are going to be able to make a potential turnaround come in. TXJ put some pressure up here. Just to note, FPX have 10 kills. They've kind of popped the hell off here.
Oh my goodness.
Tutu is going to do a fair amount of work onto TXJ. He just dashes up into the sky using that F there just to break off. As they're caught out by the Wisp. TXJ losing so much HP. Tries to get some extra damage off. It's going to see both Kurumi ultimates overlapping each other here just to keep everybody alive. And it is going to be a hard-fought fight, but they're going to get forced away. And the longer they stay in here, the Kurumi's effectiveness will get less and less. With the anti-heal stacking up the longer you stay inside that zone. Rosemary going incredibly low. TXJ trying to find the opening onto him. Rosemary is going to finally go down as TXJ is able to connect the damage onto him. Tutu next up, and Zenwon last man standing. Can he find the hero play happen? They still have the rebirths, I believe, onto SS1, so it's not the end of the world for them, but he'd like to keep those purple nunchucks if he could. Although I say that, he's pretty engaging. He's going in. Nope, down he goes. Oh, they didn't have the rebirths. Bye-bye.
No, they didn't. Unfortunate. Hey, what that turnaround kick from the fist blades did so much damage, and he was like, "Wait, did I hit all 3 of them? Wait, I have to go again. I have to get back in there." And to be fair, he had no teammates, no rebirths, no nothing. It was all or nothing. Unfortunately, was not able to find any of those eliminations and potentially get himself a soul bloom. But again, taking that fight, I thought it was looking pretty bad for the Zai team, but as soon as the zone rolled in, I realized this is exactly where a Zai composition wants to fight, in the zone with that fire tick coming out from the Zai F3s and from the ultimate. They played around that advantage very, very well, holding them in place, making it so that they couldn't get away and coming out with the victory in there. But hey, we're going into the room yet again. KLA, the MVPs of the previous game, up against Bowder Peak, eating that fist blade blue focus to the back, trying to disengage, but KLA are trying to immediately consolidate onto this player, fully locking him down, but now changing focus over to the Farrier, who's taking a lot of damage, and he's already gone down, not able to jump into the mech. CXZ is down for the count, and it's now a 2 versus 3 situation. 17S does have that ultimate ready to go, but he eats all of his damage, all this damage to his armor. Now, when he does come out of this Monk ultimate, he's not going to have any armor to play with. He finds one grab. If he finds the second, his salvageable peak in the hands, gets sent out, slammed. 17S looks for the second grab. Bowder's Yu and Yeran playing around these pillars extremely well. But as I say that, Yu does get grabbed. Zai trying to make something happen. The combo break immediately off of the slam. Yeran does get picked up yet again. We're going to find another grab. It's not looking too good. QGG extremely low HP. 17S now coming out of the ultimate. The scale rush coming through. The combo break to break out of it, but it's not going to do anything for them. And Bowder going to find the win in this realm of Yang. Unfortunately, KLA, Varia not able to get into the mech, and it spelled disaster for this fight.
Yeah, Bowder able to find themselves the victory off the back of that one. Grabbing themselves the golden... What is that?
I think it was a katana. I think that's a katana.
Yeah, that skin is really... I think that's like an old school katana skin, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's the lightning one.
Yes, in fact, a couple of years ago, Naraka sent us all these boxes. Unprompted, by the way. I was well happy. I got a box in the mail. It was a massive box, and it was a big Naraka box. And I got a little one, like a little desk one of that very katana. So I should have known that.
Very lucky.
They knew I liked the katana. I've kind of switched to Hung Sword recently. I really like that weapon.
I mean, it makes sense. Hung Sword is kind of is I would
katana?
say the better option in most scenarios. Let's just say that. However, with the most recent patch, that may have changed, but we don't really know just yet, as we've not had that much time with it. But we're going back into the action. JL up against X1 Hip Rain. It's looking pretty oogly. The Karumi ultimates in this tight space. Secondary Karumi ultimate coming through now. JL. BVV looking for that F3 to re-engage, but Bowder coming in for the third party. Oh, the Zai is doing so much, though. This is looking really spicy.
Can they actually do that for the moment? You got himself the scale rush, that golden katana. Can he actually get the use for it? I genuinely don't think I've seen a katana in pro play for a long while. Actually, so long, I can't remember what the soul jades are for this weapon, to be honest. It's going to look to go in for the dashes here, able to get one through. VVV is getting absolutely railed by him here, doing so much damage. One more dash in the pocket, and Yu secures himself the kill. Still got more dashes to go. Goes onto One Fang, still able to refresh a couple extra dashes. He's about to time out, though, so it's just going to get that last couple through.
Oh,
Yu
my
is
goodness.
Absolutely obliterating health bars.
He's just gaming the blistering edge on top of it as well. Bowder looking good. 6 eliminations. Oh, has he been spotted? They found him. JL. One Fang teleports away. Okay, they're fine. They're fine. They've stabilized. It's not looking too bad for them. They're pretty happy. 7 kills as well. Taking a look at the scoreboard. 7 kills for the side of JL. KLA on 3. Unfortunately, hasn't managed to find the Soul Blooms to cleanse the Yang depletion yet. Neither has WBG, the other team that went down in the realm of Yang. Unfortunately, they are on 0 eliminations, at least for the moment. JDG on 3. FPX on 10. As you said earlier, absolutely gaming 5-1 on 3. GG on 6 and Bowder on 6 as well. Quite an explosive game so far. BBE now, speaking of explosive armor, knocking XLY away from this Karumi. Looks as though they're going to be able to stabilize in this situation. The 3-ban zone, the Forbidden Idol, deterring X1 from aggressing, it seems. However, they do seem pretty happy to get the reset. They don't have their ultimates available just yet. But look who's not happy here, Brain. At WBG, they can't find anyone. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough here. KGG. He has the rebirth charms, right?
He does
have the rebirth charms. He's running out of...
Wait.
Walker!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Walker's also got the debuff.
Wait, what's he doing? Where's he going?
Well, he saw the
He's gone to pick up the Soul Blooms.
He was going to die.
The Soul Blooms of the 2 players that went down. Okay, dude. What is that? They know exactly where they are.
And
now they're going to fight it out.
Can QGG actually do this? He gets a slam down, gets the refresh in. A lot of damage coming out from his ultimate. QGG, you're done. Able to take the kill onto him. WPG punishing KLA, and they were able to just about pull it off. I think he was the one with the debuff on still, because he still had blue armor.
He was.
He kind of sacrificed himself honorably. Did a chunk of damage to WBG, who only have a couple of berries in their pockets, so they need to get to that zone. But that zone is pulling away. Oh, KLA started strong, but hasn't gone quite so hot, as we're going to see Bowder and JL inside the realm of Yang here. Once again, Bowder with the katana on you. See if he's going to be able to do much with this one. For the moment, it is just a moment of everybody's in the sky waiting to drop down. VVV did just get taken down by you, actually, earlier on. So, want to see this again. And we've seen these comps can handle the Kylin with the use of that ult from the Decatur very effectively. VVV actually slams in here. Sorry, it's you who's got the Kylin ult. He's going to be the one who's chasing forward, looking to find those dashes. Can he actually get it? Able to get one dash through on to one thing. Some pressure up for the moment. Waiting for those dashes, and he is obliterating those health bars. The Kurumi ultimate, very needed at this point. He's just continually dashing through people. It's starting to go a little bit low. The zip healing is going to come in, though, and keep him going.
Oh, no. What is this? Bowder. Oh no, that's sad to see, I will say, especially off the back of all of that work that you put in, knocking all of these players out of the Kurumi circle. But hey, who knows, might be salvageable. 2 versus 3, we have seen it before. You with that scale rush looking to come through, trying it to lock down one of these players, do some damage. But I believe that there might be a group heal in play for the side of JL. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to overcome this one, Hitbrain. It's, yeah, you can't be letting your support go down in a 1 versus 3. I saw Bowder's U just, he had an F from zipping thrown at him, but it didn't connect, so he doubled back to go and pick it up. By that point, his teammate was just dead. Zipping was just fully collapsed on by the entirety of JL. It's not what you want. Not what you want at all.
It was a little bit of a mistake off the back of that one, JL. Able to find their opening and secure themselves a pretty strong kill off that one. That's going to put them with the Mystic Might actually running around the map. So some teams actually opting away from the Draco Storm in this one and actually going for the Mystic Might instead, as we do see JDG just secure themselves a kill and back off from that right now. Couple of teams running around with those debuffs. Just Bowder, actually. Bowder, the only team with the Realm of Yang debuff on. So, interesting to see not too many people took that second Realm of Yang.
Yeah, I reckon, one of these teams definitely got it for free, and I'd imagine it was JDG who managed to get their hands on it for free, as they picked up the Draco Storm, as it doesn't replenish ultimates, you know, and if you've got your ultimate already, you might as well go for Draco Storm, and GG likely picked up their buff from a Spirit Well, as they've certainly been Spirit Well enjoyers, although I'm surprised that they didn't stall it out, as we've seen them do time and time again. But speaking of GG, going at 4 an engagement here in Plumed Castle, committing that Viper and Tessa ultimate. The Tessa charm is going to come through onto 5-2-1. Yin immediately getting collapsed on. But the peel does come through from Akame. Pampy trying to peel with this Viper ultimate. Does he find it? The Wu Chen port does come through just in time to save them. 5-2-1 though, happy with that. They're going to immediately grapple away for the full disengage. GG are hot on their heels, trying to chase these players down, and it's going to be made a lot easier considering that they do have that Mystic Might buff in their back pocket. They're going to be able to keep track of these players very effectively. Speaking
We're also going to see Bowder behind them.
Though, yeah, Bowder coming in for the third party. GG might get sandwiched here. Might not be too good for them. They've used their ultimates as well. This could be really bad for GG.
This is the big weakness of the Tessa comp. If you don't have ultimates, you're in trouble. No ult zone comes down, but it's a little bit too late on the back of that one. Yu finds himself charmed up. He gets a lot of damage thrown onto him as Bowder just playing around the edge. And GG, knowing they don't have ults, want to stick inside this no ult zone. and they do not want to get caught out for it. CGS is going to take a fair amount of damage. Good parry onto LXM. They even steal the weapon as well. That's going to force him a little bit lower down as Bowder continues to lose a lot of HP off the back of this one. 5-2-1 are in the distance as the world they come back around. Yu has to take the cube out as he is going to just make a break for it, and that was not how Bowder wanted that to go. They were able to steal a weapon, but I would be a bit worried here as they're looking to re-engage. The problem is BBE are in the area. Saw the Tesla ultimate go out. I don't know who it made a connection, if it made a connection onto anyone. Little clang comes out. Bowder, Yu, starting to go a little bit low. Finally getting the opportunity to use that ult now. We're out of the no ult zone. He's going to try and stagger onto LXM with that golden armor. Continually dashing through LXM, who is just getting bursted through. The damage is enormous. The champion is overtuned. Just does too much damage. That is just so not okay, man. And
it's gonna
be
crazy.
it for GG. I think.
Oh,
Does he
no! He dies. But it's okay. It's okay. He'd picked up a Soul Bloom just in time. Thankfully for Bowder's Yu, he did get a Soul Bloom leading up to that point. So
I'm sorry, that hero does too much damage. That was golden armor, full health, and he just using his dashes killed them.
It just disappeared.
I know he had a golden weapon, but like, nah.
The individual dash. So this is the thing. A lot of people didn't think Kylin was all that good on release, as they were just focusing on the damage of an individual dash. However, because you're able to chain these dashes together, as long as you dash through someone from a certain elevation and from a certain from a certain position, and then immediately flip the camera around and dash through them again, you're going to be able to chain quite a few of these dashes, and not only is it going to be doing damage in itself, but your teammates are going to be able to follow up if they're in position to do so, and you can just end up absolutely obliterating players with this ultimate. But looking here, holy moly, that's a lot of players. All of these players, the entire lobby, it seems, are just packed in to this small area at the edge of the zone. Bowder's Yu trying to kite around, going up and down this terrain. The scale rush is coming through from the fan, saving him for a second. But is it going to be an... Oh my goodness! The ultimate, the last possible second comes in and saves his life. But he's got nowhere to go. He's just forced to dash through all the other players, but he somehow made his way to the other side. He's just gone through literally everyone. JDG still in the middle of it, looking to try and chase down this player, though. They saw Bowder's Yu disengaging. Is he down? No, he didn't go down. Different member of Bowder went down. Jing, caught up by the Tesla ultimate, is going to get charmed in a second, but I don't think there's going to be any follow-up coming through here.
Oh, takes some kills to the face.
Yeah, you have that. All right. Worth Tessa ultimate. Unfortunately, not able to follow up. But yeah, Year Run, I believe, was the member of Bowder that did go down. JDG, they're going to go over for the Spirit Well, get themselves their hands on some loot. No buff just yet. This is not the one with the buff, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to be getting their hands on another golden armor and a golden pair of dual halberds. Very, very nice for JDG going into this endgame. But it looks as though no one has grapples right now. I've been looking down and seeing that nobody has any grapples. They've used literally all of them. I imagine, are they going to be able to find any? Because is there a shop close by that's going to go uncontested going into this end zone? A lot of these teams might have to slow down, take a breather, and look for some look to loot up and make sure that they have the resources to survive going into this end zone.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a resource drain. This is something that used to happen a lot more. I prefer the way the meta moves in the sense of like we have a lot more aggression, so the resource management isn't as big of a deal. But back when like the Buccaneer phase was the way of the of the game, where people would have lots of people in the lobby. They'd be constantly exchanging cannon fire, bow shots, musket shots, and all of that. And it was all about having ranged soul jades for the end game. Having repairs, having heals were way more valuable than they are now. I mean, having heals and stuff is still really big, but we don't see as much of that kind of ranged gameplay because it's very hard because of what's happening right now. You know, this is where typically the ranged gameplay would come into play, but you have a Bane's Breath in the middle of the map, so you can only really exchange fire with people close to you, so people aren't really doing that as much. And then as soon as that wears out, you get the Spirit Well, and the Spirit Well is obviously going to be blocking those range shots, so people aren't going to be using those. It's a very, very different resource management game. There's still obviously an element of it, but I don't think it is as prominent as it was before.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. The 80% Moonbane, which just takes up so much space within the final zones, it does cut off. It prevents a lot of these players from being able to use this Buccaneer phase, as you put it. JL though still making use of these J's. You know, obviously they're not as much of a priority as they once were. However, as we've seen, Rupture Gale Flame Breath is still one of those Jades, one of those win condition Jades that allows you to poke out so many of these teams. Also, another thing to note, which is very nice. Thank you, Naraka production team. They've introduced this new little graphic on the right hand side of the screen that I think just tells us which buff is in the Spirit Well. Although it is in Chinese, we can tell based off of the icon that's used. In the previous game, I saw it, but I wasn't really sure what it meant. And now, with the different icon being used, I feel like I can safely say that this is going to be Mystic Might. As well as the fact that we don't see every single player in the lobby looking to contest this. As Mystic Might, although it's useful, it's not as good as White Tiger's Prowess.
I never realized that Mystic Might was a snake riding a turtle. Genuinely didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't. I'd never seen that either.
Actually, that's a tortoise, to be fair, not a turtle, because it doesn't have flippers. But I didn't know that. That's
I'm not sure if that's even the icon for the buff. Is it though? It might. Yeah. It might be.
Look at JDG. More... It's definitely that is the icon.
I don't know.
I've never seen a high quality version of it because it's always a small little thing on the screen. So I never really knew what it was. Now I know.
Yeah, now we know, chat.
Tortoise and a snake.
Indeed, but back to the action. The artwork in Naraka, though, just another quick side note. It's just very good. Breathtaking. It's beautiful. You're doing a good job, Naraka. We're definitely very, very pleased with everything that you guys are bringing out. But looking here at this end zone, we got WBG not lurking in the middle here. Walker and Axial both have blue armor, which is not the best for going into this end zone. They might be able to survive regardless, though, if they stay hidden. However, as I say that, I recall the fact that Mystic Might is currently in play, so they are going to be spotted out, but are they going to have their armors exposed and have the team with Mystic Might realize that they are the weaker targets, the more optimal targets to try and force a fight on? Speaking of FPX, Junks eating a lot of damage, the cannon fire coming through, the bow shots pressuring him. He's on the side of the rock, forced now to use his ultimate. He is a man down as well. Xiaohu, the Wu Chen, has been eliminated. Does manage to find the stun onto a couple players, but immediately going to disengage, just trying to get this team lobbied as opposed to have the attention on him. VVV grappling around, trying to find players to take down. He does manage to find the kill onto Walker in the sky with the Hardy ultimate. Had just a sliver of health, but he finds it with the grapple LMB.
Oh, Jin going very low here. Does have the dashes, though. He's going to dash into the zone, so a couple of ticks coming in. Healing is there. Battered back into the zone in response, though, is JDG making sure that he does not get the pop-off. 2-tick also committing his own Kylin ultimate in the middle of all of this. Isn't going to be able to find any kills off the back of it. Does do a heap of damage. Takes a heap of damage in response. This is a really rough position for these Kylens to be ulting, just because it's on the edge of the rocks and they can get battered out into the zone on that low HP and get taken down themselves. So having to play it very, very tempered right now. JL and FPX are both fighting for top spot, but the problem for FPX is they've only got one player up. Can Junks pull off a miracle here? Everybody else is just going to be fighting out above him as he clings off in the distance. waiting to not get caught. He does find Aizen though, and a whole heap of damage to him. It's going to look just to try and secure the kill onto Aizen. Aizen has to disengage and make a break for it. Junks continues to try and put some damage into him, not able to really find that opportunity. It's going to be about that ultimate coming in from him on the Viper. If he's going to be able to get it, that could make the difference. VVV has to use the F to get up into the sky right now. 35 seconds left. He's going to use that ultimate, the chain scythe, just to do as much damage as possible. He's going to try and keep Kiki in that position, but not really able to find it. Still a whole heap of damage, though, onto that last player. There's the end of Junks. Beautiful slam down with the F coming in from JL as they overtake and take over this lobby. Win or lose, this lobby is theirs now at this point. VVV is trying to desperately cling on, but he got battered out over and over again. JDG going to be the last team standing here is Aizen. Actually, it's WBG.
Oh, no, it's WBG?
They are the last team standing, but I don't think it got done enough there to take that.
No, I don't think so either. The victory, the MVP, is certainly going to be going over to JL. A very solid game from them, going all the way up to 14, I think maybe 15 by the very end there. Eliminations and securing not the top spot, but I think it was the second or third top spot. Unfortunately for Junks, he wasn't able to stay alive and get more value out of the kills that he and his teammates have managed to secure leading up to that point. The Xiao Hu go committal.
I think what I like about it is, in theory, it actually could potentially dumpster a Kylan. If you wait for him to dash and then you line up your freeze onto him. Remember, Kylan, while ulting, especially initially, is very low HP. So you could potentially just burst the Kylan out. This could be actually something they've been practicing in secret and have had ready to play as an answer. We'll have to see, though, because BBE have been a little bit underwhelming today, as you can see, sitting in 12th place. So maybe we don't get to see anything out of this one, as we do see WBG getting himself a parry off there, getting a whole heap of damage. Clang makes his connection onto Cookie. Was looking for another parry, but Walker is just walked over. And now Cookie trying desperately to make this one work as parry comes in onto Jing. Jing goes down. EWG played that fight very, very well.
Absolutely. We're heading on over to 5-1 and SS1 scrapping it out over here. Already one member down for the side of SS1. Rosemary has been eliminated, and it looks as though Zen1 may be following it quickly after 1 HP situation. Unrecoverable, unfortunately. No armor swap to be found. Pampy picking up a second kill and 3 kills now under their belt. Very, very good start for 5-1, sitting in third position in the total standings. Rather contrasting to their BBE brothers, unfortunately for them, sitting in the bottom. But who knows, maybe we'll see a huge upset going into this game. Bowder does manage to pick up a kill onto QGG. It looks as though KLA have been taken down off spawn up against Bowder. They do have a kill. However, it's just the one. They're going to be forced to now go and resurrect themselves elsewhere. Taking a look now at X1. Just looting up. I do imagine that there is a team relatively close. We saw that fight between WBG and I believe it was EWG off the rip in the money place. They might be pretty close by. JL, so they're closing in pretty close to them as well. A lot of Vipers, a lot of assassination potential. But I do really want to see how well this Justina composition does. I think it could definitely do well. It's harder to pilot. It's not as straightforward as a Tessa Ultimate. You know, you have to be more on point with your dashes and finding those opportunities. It can certainly be very difficult. But we've got a fight between GG and WBG. WBG certainly need to take this fight and clean this up relatively quickly, as they don't have any rebirths available. They are consolidating fully onto 3-3-0. Left on his own at the edge of the Tumult sand wall, not able to stay alive, unfortunately. And now the other members of GG jumping in to try and peel, unfortunately, are going to be going down as well. And only one left alive. but definitely very nice for WBG here. 3 kills under their belt.
Been a very aggressive start to the game, actually. A lot of action to kick it off. Kills across the board as able to get himself a parry onto you. Is able to jump back into the Kurumi ultimate, though, so keep himself going quite comfortably. As the ultimate is holding fire on it, I think there's a world where they're thinking about those Realm of Yangs that maybe spawning up. Gets the F onto all 3, though. Big burn. Now pops the ultimate. Gets the reset F onto Yoran. Continues to apply pressure. Is going to get turned around onto, though. And now it has to go for the armor swap to try and keep himself alive. The Bane's Breath's coming in. Can he survive? He is just being completely locked down. Trying to make a breakout from it. Yoran's keeping the pressure up onto him. He's low HP. They continue to pressure. He just jumps back into the Bane so he can go for the heal. And it looks like he's going to be able to get a couple of pots off at the least. Bowder need to be careful, though, because they're the ones inside this Bane's Breath. It's not their control. EWG lose another, though, in response as Yoran goes for the turnaround play, comes in with the grapple. Going to go for that lockdown. EWG, though, still got the man advantage. Well, the power advantage with the Bane's Breath in their pocket. Yoran playing right on the edge of the zone here, knowing that this is going to be dangerous for him. Peak jumps in. Bowder, keep that pressure up. The parry comes down. The Banes have been miles away from the action, so this is just going brilliant here for the side of Bowder on the turn. Another parry coming forwards. The halberds, the duel of them, just absolutely rinsing through the health bars. Bane's Breath going to be timing out in 5 seconds, and it has not done anything here for EWG. It's a paid actor at this point. Yoran going low, going in for the F. Can he make a break for it? EWG trying to see if they can find the turnaround onto him. Is Yoran now making that great escape? But Bowder have got you back, and I think they found that turnaround. EWG lose another player as Bowder have finally found that turnaround they were looking for.
Indeed, so close between these teams. Yoran literally on a pixel of health manages to make his way over to his support, able to get that a little bit of healing, that damage reduction coming in very clutch for them. And yeah, as you said, that Moonbane, a little bit of a paid actor, not really doing all that much for the team, unfortunately. Heading on over now to KLA. Another Moonbane in play up against BBE. It looks as though BBE not able to stay alive in the face of KLA, not in the face of this Hardy Kylin composition. Hey, I mean, who knows really how it went down, so we were only able to catch the end of the fight. But they do have their rebirths still available, and they will be able to recover going forward in this game, but we'll have to see if they can find enough loot to really gain momentum moving forwards. JL, though, having spotted out this Moonbane, immediately heading on over. As Moonbanes, no ult zones, they do act as somewhat of a dinner bell for all the players in the lobby. They are very visible from afar, and a lot of teams immediately start rotating over to see if they can pick up scraps or find that third-party opportunity, or just a straight-up fight against a team who's already used all of their ultimate cooldowns. But for the moment, we've got a bit of a lull in the action. A lot of teams waiting, looting up, preparing themselves for the Realm of Yang situation, or whether or not they're looking to go in, or just grief the other players who are looking to go in. Perhaps even a Spirit Well angle. But GG rotating in from the Storm, FPX behind them, nipping at their heels. Let's see if they can find an opening for themselves, but nothing just yet. It looks as though they much rather rotate in to the safe zone at 5-1, very close to this Realm of Yang opening. Looks as though we do have a little potential fight taking place between WBG and X1. We see them fighting in the southwest of Celestra, but they quickly part ways and instead are going to be rotating down to the southern side of the map. EWG waiting there, preparing themselves for that Spirit Well, potentially. Bowder also still lurking up here in the north, going to be jumping into this Realm of Yang. A lot of Yang fights, I imagine, are going to be coming through very soon. No grief for Bowder. They're very happy, jumping right on in. They're going up against 5-1.
Yeah, let's see how this one's going to go down. Bowder Playing this game very well so far. 6 kills under their belt. 5-2-1. Gonna get aerial. The standard start here. And the Kylin find the dashes is the question. Yoran opens up onto him. The dual halberds. So good at just locking someone in place. And I think Bowder are using 2 of them. So Pampy is immediately going to have to cube out. He just loses way too much HP. Takes a slap.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. They just juggled that so flawlessly. What a unbelievable kill. Cube, no ult. That's how you kill a Kylin. You don't let him ult. You just lock him in place. And this is it. The parry comes in. Bowder's forced to use the ultimate. But I mean, it's over. It's absolutely cooked for 5-2-1. As down,
it is indeed.
Yin.
There it is.
He's binned.
Binned.
He's binned. That's a better one.
He's binned. But we're heading on over to the other realm of Yang. GG up against WBG. CJS already used that that Kylin ultimate. Sorry, the Hardy ultimate is still in play though. Xiao taking down very, very low. Walker getting hit up against the wall, not able to dodge away. The stagger was simply too much, and GG going to be picking up a Realm of Yang and a golden pulse sword. Very, very nice. A very big enjoyer. It is a great sword in disguise to me, but for many, it is just it's just a pulse sword, Lamau. But GG most likely going to be keeping it as a pulse sword, as it is objectively the better choice. GG. They'll be rotating out of Celestra, looking for a team to fight. Although they do have FPX right behind them. They spotted them out, yeah, or no? Oh no, wait. Sorry, FPX are in soul form.
They're poopy boys.
Yeah. They didn't. They can't see ghosts. They can't see dead people. They have not respawned just yet. But speaking of respawning, we have 5-2-1 and WBG both respawning on the same altar, looking to immediately jump in and get aggressive. We have the F1 coming out from Walker, the ultimate now being used by the Hardy from 5-2-1, putting down that cube, ready to use for the members of 5-2-1. Pampy goes for the parry, doesn't find it. Goes for the overhaul. Jing, though, gets a parry on the back. The 180 parry. Very nice follow-up there as well. Pampy losing all of his armor. So is the Hardy. No ultimate available. I think the cube may have already been used. Walker trying to chase him down. The ultimate now coming into play. Sending out that LMB, RMB. Not able to find the connection. Now in a very, very bad position. The F1 does come through from the zipping to keep him alive. He's managed to regen his ultimate now going to the sky. Yin takes a bit of damage, getting stuck in the wisp, but no true follow-up here. The cube is ready to go yet again. I would imagine Yin fading back, looking to try and stand strong. Walker now being crashed through, cleaved through by the Kylin, but it looks as though Pampy got taken down in the blink of an eye. Not able to survive, and I think the rest of 5-2-1 are going to be following shortly after. Yin does eat the fan RMB from Walker, now Akame. Gonna try and disengage, but there is not all that much terrain to work with, unfortunately, and he likely will be eliminated very, very shortly.
Yeah, not going to be long for the world, unfortunately. Sleepwalker finishes him up. Or Walker now, because he's shortened his name. As we are going to see FPX getting themselves into a scrap with Bowder. Massive amount of damage coming out from Sansky's chain scythe there, locking down multiple people. Yoran is getting absolutely liquefied by FPX, as this team really have had such a glow up at the end of this season. Third party comes in, X1 looking for it, immediately trying to break away from the Tesla lockdown, but they're going to find themselves in a whole heap of trouble. Kurumi ultimate keeps FPX going though. Chain scythe doing a whole heap of damage in response. Still has that coming back up actually. They just about used it. F out. It looks like FPX losing junks means they want to break away, but X1 are not letting them go for that escape as the third party's coming in. They're hoping just to get the turnaround. GG getting a whole heap of damage in response as well. Sansi needs to make a break for it.
Oh, the
GG looking for the turnaround. Lovely little parry though. Coming in, Sansi, they're going down in the middle of all of that. Maybe GG find themselves the third party, but I think GG are tapped on ultimate, so they don't want to take it.
Oh, they have ultimates. They just know Draco Storm is not worth it. As X1 do have the Draco Storm still in play for another minute and 15 seconds or so. Draco Storm is just so powerful. Becomes extremely difficult to fight a team when they have this buff, as we saw in that fight before, and as we're likely going to see now. The power of Draco Storm keeping them constantly healed up. The stagger coming through from the Thunder. Oh, there it is! He's so unbelievably low, but he stays alive. EWG managing to bring it back from the brink of death. Still alive now. ZDI still holding on to the ultimate, but he might be a little bit too greedy. No ultimate as the no-ult zone comes into play, and WBG come in for the third party. The Wu-Chen ult is going to come through, but I'm not sure it's going to be placed far enough. No, sir. WBG immediately find them. LYD waiting to see if he can res him.
I think he's going to get it.
Is he getting spotted?
He's played that really well, actually. LYD might be able to get the save here. WBG have left, and he played that really well, although they stopped for a shot. Bit of retail therapy. Ooh. ZDI, time's running out. I think WBG smelt a rat when they couldn't see where he went. So they just decided to stay in the area in case, and that's going to be the end of one of their players. Down goes one from X1. As Realm of Yang spawn up and about to do a bit of shopping themselves. Don't know if they're overly interested in getting inside, although they are geared, so I'm surprised that they don't. Yeah, there it is. They're going in.
Surely, right?
They're way too geared not to go in. I think they're waiting to see if they can sneak off versus a good team, or like a weaker team, maybe.
Perhaps.
I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if they don't go into this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no, that's not them. It's not them.
Yeah, they jumped in late.
I did say. Oh, yeah. Did they? I can't remember.
I can't remember who we were looking at now.
Yeah, neither can I. I'm not going to lie. I can't remember.
I literally, my brain
was looking at the loot.
Who were we looking at?
Was it Bowder? It could have been Bowder. I think it might have been Bowder.
Oh, I don't
know. Bowder? I mean, Bowder's in the other Yang. I don't know.
Anyway,
we'll have
this
to wait
round
and see.
Yang's GG. CJS does have the ultimate ready to go. Very, very confusing camera angle at times, this one. Sometimes you really lose what's going on. Waiting for the opportunity to actually use that ult, but you might not even need to. They're just doing so much damage to WBG. Takes the cube out to safety. WBG are in the Kurumi ultimate, though, so they are healing up somewhat at the moment. CJS looking for an opportunity. Does lose a little bit of HP. There he is. Going to use the ultimate. Charging through a couple. Lining it up again. Gets another dash off onto members, but he finds himself locked in place. Lots of damage from that fear and shove.
Oh my.
Going to go through to him, but he gets a 2 or 3 man there. Charging for another 2. Again, just lining up these dashes so beautifully. And he's still got plenty of time. He's about time. He's got plenty of dashes. Maybe able to get one more in time. Isn't going to get it this time. Sandstorm breaks down, and now CGS is immediately run down by the members of WBG. Finding themselves the kill onto that GG member. Going to heal up as 40 seconds left on this timer, so they need to actually get aggressive with it. Going to get himself a heap of damage off on to those members. Looking for the potential parry angles. LXM, can they find that turnaround? Halberds do a fair amount of damage to Walker.
Oh my god.
Get the counter in. They get the follow-up. WBG take down 1. Looking for the final member. 3-3-0. Down he goes. 20 seconds left on the clock. They left it close, but they're able to get it.
They did indeed. As soon as they got that kill onto the Kylin, it was definitely a wrap from that point on. There was a few parries, we could see the just jump parrying over and over and over again, trying to catch it, but no recovery for them, unfortunately. And it looks as though Bowder also victorious in the Realm of Yang up against EWG, Luoye, Cookie, and XSI, now tasked with finding some Soul Blooms. Luoye, it's as though he's used his ultimate. They must have had an engagement immediately coming out of the Realm of Yang. They found a BBE on their Viper Justina Wu-Chen composition. Fat Milk finds a beautiful parry. Oh my goodness! Almost completely exploded. Xi almost 100-0'd. Does manage to find the Matari ultimate, and now the Viper ultimate comes into play. Although they are invisible, I think is mainly being used for the damage reduction. Xi still very, very low. The Karumi ultimate is going to come out now to keep him alive. Justina ultimate now in play, dashing through all of these players, trying to be disrupted, trying to find some CC. Laurier now dashing in with that F3, not able to find the follow-up on the Fat Milk. Fat Milk rolling back over to his teammates. Do they have any more Justina dashes? I think they do. They have at least one, maybe two in the bag, dashing through, but Fat Milk does get found out. Laurier chasing him down mercilessly. Aibin now on the disengage, recognizing the threat. Laurier with these purple fist blades does get overheld on the cross. Aibin just narrowly avoiding the flank blue focus from Laurier, trying to disengage, makes it into the building, looking for the scale rush, but not able to clutch to the wall in time and dash away. He does get eliminated. And all three of EWG managed to cleanse that Yang depletion. Whew, that was
Bad
spicy.
run for BBE, though.
It is, unfortunately.
Justina comp, I was excited to see it, and I did not see it. They just got rolled into this game. And
the Viper
today
all-time
has been a underwhelming day, unfortunately, from them. BBE, they got 3 more games after this, and they have to make it work because the day is running away from them at this rate.
Indeed.
As Bowder potentially looking for a fight here versus GG. See if they're going to be able to find it. Looks like they are. Yu loses a chunk of HP immediately. CJS still got the ultimate, looking for an opportunity. He has that debuff, so he has to get this kill. They need to make this work. Peak going to get heavily focused out here. Just to dash away. Jumps out with the F as well there from Yoran. But GG not willing to give this one up. Bowder in some danger here. Dash is still being saved by CJS. He's immediately going to get jumped onto. Has to wait for that opportunity to use the ultimate. Cubes out. Gets interrupted mid-air. That is rough for him. Peak looking to turn around. Can they find that opportunity? There's going to be the ultimate used by CJS. Able to make a connection and get some of that healing in to his pocket. But he is still taking a lot of damage. Can they continue to keep him locked down? The dreadful wail from you is huge onto him. CJS going incredibly low, is able to get another dash through, but gets caught once again by the dreadful wail. The gatekeeping of that Soul Jade is just absolutely denying him any opportunity. Pete continues to pressure up onto CJS. His ultimate's timed out. There's 1 minute 50 left for them to find this opportunity. Caught by the uppercut. One more hit is all it is going to take him down and out of the game for good. GG. This season has been a lackluster one considering, but they won the last split. They finally found that win that we've wanted to see from them. And then the summer split starts up and they are just not having that performance. There goes CJS. He is taken down. Poison Splash isn't going to do enough. KLA come in with a third party though, able to get himself a couple of kills onto the Bowder members, and you may just be next up on that menu for them. Couple of dashes left available here for CXZ. Waiting for the opportunity to line it up, as there it is. You armor swapped. I don't know if it's going to do enough though. Down this battle route.
Good luck running away from the Kylin. Even with those dagger scale rushes, not able to break away. Does get the armor swap, but only to a white armor. It's just not enough to really tank through, especially with multiple people chasing you down. And now, speaking of being chased down, 330 does get found out, trying to stay alive, not able to in the face of KLA, who are extremely stacked right now. Gold armor, double purple armor, and 12 kills under their belt. Speaking of kills, we have WBG on 10 eliminations, JL on 6, FPX on 3, EWG on 8, JDG unfortunately on 0, not managed to find anything really so far. But not that many teams left alive right now, Hitbrain. We've got 18 players alive in total. And that might be cut down to even less relatively soon, as we have Jing taken down very, very low, forced to swap to a white armor. Junks getting taken down in the back by WBG. FPX 2 tunneled on the chase down for JDG, and they get punished for it. Now FPX getting it forced onto by WBG. WBG looking to run this lobby in a similar situation to KLA with 1 gold armor and 2 purple. Legendary ultimate for Walker. Swarm coming into play from JL, sitting on the outside, waiting for their time to strike. The Tessa ultimate is going to come through, but they're in zone 4. The Kurumi ultimate does get utilized, but are they going to be able to make it out of the zone safely? Immediately getting focused down by JL, but it looks as though FBX, JDG, and EWG are all far too focused on the fight that they have in front of them, as opposed to the WBG coming in from the zone behind them. KLA having lost some armor on 17S, 2 gold armors now, still looking pretty stable. Ooh, ZXZ, be careful, my friend, jumping into that Moonbane, taking a hit. Not the end of the world just yet. They do have the zipping ultimate ready to go at a moment's notice, looking to find these players. JDG lurking right underneath them, being found out by EWG as well. They might find the kill onto Axiao. WBG biting off a bit more than they could chew, perhaps. Does manage to make it out alive for the moment. Immediately disengaging. JL lurking on the other side. KLA trying to hold on to this terrain, trying to hold on to this building. EWG above them quickly move away, recognizing they don't want to stick around. They're going to rotate around the zone through the Moonbane and look for a better spot. We do have the White Tigers prowess this game as well. Hitbrain is coming into play, and KLA are looking to try and secure this Spirit Well, it seems, or at least put themselves in a position to do so. XI on the side of EWG taking quite a bit of damage. JL might be looking to force this. TXJ diving in. A huge Tessa ultimate coming in onto all 3 members of WBG. The Viper ultimate is going to be coming through as well. Looking to find the stun onto some of these players. Not able to find it on the Tumulk. Unfortunately, Jing still alive. Cookie does take down Axiao. WBG falling apart. Merciless Havoc coming through, trying to find the kill. There it is. Jing does go down. TXJ caught up by the Sand Wisp, but no follow-up coming through. KLA, Dreadful Whale in hand, looking to hold down this Spirit Well. Hardy Cube now being utilized above everything. They do have the first movers advantage at the moment. Are they going to get contested by JDG? I don't think they will, Hitbrain. I think it's coming out for KLA here.
Yeah, I think KLA are going to be able to get their hands onto this one. Luckily for the rest of the lobby, not a buff lobby. Not a buff one. 6Z probably.
No, it is. It's a buff one. It's White Tigers prowess.
Oh god, we're 4 minutes in. My brain turned up. I thought we had more time.
No, we don't.
The game was moving this quick. KLA, they're actually holding it. They're waiting to get it as late as possible because no one's contesting them. Sleepwalker just straight up dies. It's so hard to push in with the Dreadful Whale on 17S. He is just making sure nobody can get close. They are waiting until the last possible moment to pick this up. This is really intelligent here from KLA. They know that the later they get it, the more likely they are to get that Wolves lobby nuke. As EWG just taking a couple of pokes here and there. I don't know when the bubble pops. It'll be fairly soon. So KLA probably want to get this before the bubble pops and they start to get overly harassed off. But CXZ as well will be getting gold armor if they do secure this. There it is. There's going to be the pop. So I expect to see KLA probably try and move in and just finish this one off. Going to be a little bit harder now. They're still waiting. I feel like this could be greed from KLA. I think it's now or never, really. But let's say no one's even interested in contesting them. KLA, they're going to commit the ult. Kylan going to get that reset because they have that White Tigers prowess, and CXZ is just doing an absolutely abysmal amount of damage to everyone. Sandstorm comes out. They're just forcing the ults from everyone else in the lobby as well. Golden armor, CXZ could probably go grab that one. It's on the floor, but he's, there we go. Now he's going to grab it. Gets himself a couple of other little bits of goodies. And with 2 minutes 30, I think we might see a lobby pop, if I'm going to be honest with you here. This is looking like one of those games. They've got White Tigers for 140 seconds still. They've got gold armor on all of their players, gold weapons on all of their players. Ultimates have been reset. KLA, this would have to be the fumble of the century not to take this lobby. Just need everyone to get a little bit closer. That's what we call a Zakasa curse, everybody. Then wait for the circle to get a little bit closer. And then I expect to see the action really explode here. JL pressuring up. Can they contest? the moment, it is a bit of a waiting game. Is that a Tesserorb down there? I think that was a Tesserorb. Connects onto somebody. KLA are going to get themselves caught out by that one, actually, but able to reposition in time. QGG losing all of his health. The fumble may be coming in. CXZ has the dashes. We see a Wushen port for the resets. JM,
oh my goodness,
himself juggled back. The damage from CXZ is absolutely enormous as he is looking to take people down. Here come the pops. Here comes the damage. KLA popping off this one. CXZ does find himself CC'd. He's going to lose that last charge as he's CC'd for the most of that time.
Oh,
no! Into the zone. He's going himself taken down. EWG come in. QGG finds the reset, though. Can he find the damage? There's going to be the Karumi ultimate. It's going to do a little bit of healing, but they're just getting knocked back into the zone by QGG. He's doing a lot of work here. Cookie going low. QGG continues to pressure up onto him. EWG able to take down 2-tick from JDG. QGG just keeping that pressure going. Just him and his zip, though. Ultimate times out, and I think this is going to be pretty hard for them now. They have the 13 kills. They are contesting EWG for that top spot. Are they going to be able to get it? 30 seconds left on the clock, and the zone is closing even tighter. Full close coming in. Can KLA make it work? Just playing the high ground for the moment. We see that slam come in from the Zai. I believe the White Tigers is still on for a little bit longer. Not when they're eliminated. Down they go. EWG, this is it. They've done it. They should have been able to overtake off the back of this one. KLA out.
You had to say
have the kills. I cast a curse.
Yes, you had to say it, bro. You had to say it, KLA.
GG, baby.
Fall to pieces. Oh my goodness, that's sad. That's very sad to see. Hey, KLA might be coming for you now, dude.
KLA.
It's just, I think it depends on their success on a day. You know, if they go there, they land there, they have success, they'll want to start going there again for the rest of the bi-weekly or something. And then if it doesn't go well, then they won't touch it at all. And there's different off-spawn strats as well for it. But speaking of off-spawn, we've got X1 up against EWG right off the rip, and EWG just immediately getting obliterated by X1. Funny that, you know, teams that get MVP in a game immediately afterwards end up just getting rolled off spawn, unfortunately. It seems like that's the trend of the day. We're immediately going back into another engagement. X1 fighting against JDG. Perhaps in a little bit of a bad spot. They didn't have all three members with them initially, but they're recovering fast. They do have a Moonbane in play as well. They were able to get all that money from those kills and picking it up as well. And now have a Moonbane in their back pocket, ready to go if need be. XLY, is he going to pop it? It's as though he might. He's hiding for a second. Bowder as well, also in play. Somehow didn't see him. I don't really understand how they didn't see this Hardy above them and then drop down behind them. But hey, it looks as though they are a bit too tunnel visioned on the fight in front. And now the Moonbane is going to get popped by XLY. Oh, the value!
Oh,
the value! Bowder's peak, getting the parry, but it doesn't matter. He's not going to be able to follow up into that Moonbane hit. ZDI goes down, but he's going to get rezzed here.
Yeah, they're going to be able to pick him up. Next one, getting great value out of that Bane's Breath. Sit inside a tent and heal up. Bunch of teams in the area. Could get very, very dicey. Looks like Bowder just going to have to call it quits and let you run back himself. There's ZDI just going to move around and have a look who's in the area with the belt. It's going to see that most people are either gone or leaving. As I do see that JDG have Bowder behind them, but doesn't look like Bowder really wants to take that fight. They are way too low, and JDG, not being fully aware of that, just decided they didn't want to take an engage. Still waiting on one of their players to get back up. Or no, now JDG have noticed that Bowder are just a two-man. And Kiki maybe looking for that opportunity to jump in onto the Bowder members. They are going to revive you. This is potentially bad timing. They just revived one of their players and he has no revive. Pete goes down. If he goes down here, they have to buy a rebirth charm to get him back or pick up him from his carrion, as they're going to zip out of that one. Pick up Peak. You needs to heal, though. Immediately, the re-engage should be coming forward. So the Yu does have the ultimate, so there is a room for a turnaround here. The charm, I don't think actually landed. Jing finds himself caught out, and that's going to be the turnaround there for Balder. So they're able to get themselves one. Two-tick, now getting run down in the middle of all of it. You can go for the re-engage. Is he going to be able to find it? Doesn't have that ultimate up and available quite yet as they get a massive dash through here. Two-tick is absolutely melting through the Balder health bars as they are going down, and that is going to be only two of them coming back.
That is rough for Balder. Off spawn, just unfortunate situation. Not spotting out the Hardy, looking for the engage, getting caught out by the Moonbane hits. The value coming through for that team, and now just being chased down. Perhaps it was done deliberately. Perhaps they wanted them to disengage, rotate over, and let that third member respawn and then take the 3v3 fight, denying them that third member going forwards. But JL taking engagement here, losing a member. One Fang going down for the moment. BBE in advantage state. Aibin does get stunned by the Icicle, but no follow-up coming through from the opposing team. BBE consolidating onto this Hardy. Unfortunately, not able to get that F3 in the air, but it's not going to matter as he does go down regardless. BBE, they're getting the ball rolling here. 4 kills under their belt already. A huge contrast from the previous games of the day. Perhaps even, I think that's just under half the points that they've actually gotten throughout the previous 3 games, all in just a matter of minutes. X1 trying to chase down these players at WBG, sort of lurking in between and trying to chase this down. X1, they want the fight. They want to take this. They have Kylin ult ready to go. Walker, no Xayah ultimate, but they've run straight over to the no ult zone. The Moonbane coming through. Doesn't matter if we've got no ults, we've got a Moonbane in the pocket. Are they going to be able to hold on to these players, though? They're looking to focus down the Matari. They send the parry, catch the follow-up. Axiao coming in to try and peel, but it's not looking too good. It gets caught by the Moonbane, bounced around. ZDI looking to lock Axiao down. The parry coming through from LYD, immediately followed up on by the other members of X1. And they're able to hold on to that Kylin ultimate and leave it for the next engagement, taking down all 3 members of WBG for the moment.
See, I told you, X1 are actually... They need to, you know, they're definitely a little bit rough around the edges at the moment. Need a bit of a polish, but I genuinely think that X1 could be a team to watch going forwards. I keep seeing these glimmers of greatness from them. Unfortunately, that is sandwiched between underwhelming performances, but there are just these games where you see these big performances from their players, and they're really, really good to watch. So I've got my eye on them going forwards. Don't think this will be their season, but future seasons, if they keep the same roster, I'll be very interested to see what comes up from them. As One Thing taking himself a fight here versus Fat Milk, gets parried and taken down. BBE able to secure themselves the kill. Lovely little pick up there.
8 kills, Hibrain. It's rather contrasting from the previous games.
They've scored more in just kills from this game than they have from all of the other games today, I think.
Yep. Hey, I mean, thing is, this is a thing that we've seen time and time again, that certain teams simply perform better, or much better on Firefly days than on their daytime games. You know, they have the Firefly routes mapped out. They know the timings extremely well, and they're able to take full advantage of it. And then there are some teams that are really good in their off spawn situations when there are no Fireflies in play. They're able to fight those 1 HP situations consistently well and create advantages and scale up in those daytime games. And it makes sense to me. You know, BBE, they are a team that has come from SEA along with 521. SEA in the past has been regarded as one of the uglier regions. You know, initially their trio scene was extremely aggressive. It was very contrasting to the NBPL trios, where there was a lot more safe play, a lot more calculated and tempered play. And in the beginning, the teams coming over from SEA were at first they sort of screwed with the tempo of the lobby, but then immediately they got checked and they were forced to slow down and had to adjust. But Fireflies, it's very in line with that sort of idea of playing very aggressive and playing very fast tempo. So it does make sense that that's why they're doing well in this early game so far.
All right, well, BBE going to get themselves into this Royale. They're going to fight up here versus JDG. Just go in for the F coming out. Doesn't really find the opportunity to do much. They're just being juggled about. Roy Shishi in real danger. Has an F. Can they use it? Can they get the slam down? Are able to hit a bit of damage. Luckily, the Kurumi ult comes out to keep Roy Hihi healed back up, as they are just being juggled about. This is the power of the Kailin as an answer to it, though. Just dashes through the Zai. The Zai cannot compete. Luckily, the Kurumi ultimate is keeping Roy Hihi alive. Massive amount of damage coming out from the chain sides, though. It does do a fair bit of kind of staggering coming out. Does have that F available. The Matari invisibility, or translucency, whatever you want to call it, is up there and available. The other two have actually finished their Yangs in the meanwhile, as Roy Hihi dashes into 2tick's pocket, looks for the F slam, does land it onto one. They get a whole heap of damage off onto the other. JDG actually starting to lose this fight. They're able to take one. The burn and the pistol coming in from Roy Hihi was enough to finish it up. Kiki now next up on the menu for them. It looks like there's the turnaround. BBE pull the win out.
Looking very, very strong. It wasn't looking too good initially. We saw Roy Hihi taking a lot of damage, but thankfully was able to make it over to his Kurumi and get that healing through from the Kurumi circle. Now we've got a fight between X1 and KLA. 17S going for that jump parry, not able to find a ZDI, not releasing into him. Does find the parry onto 17S, though. Regardless of the goofy terrain, still able to get the damage from the follow-up. Very nicely done by X1. Playing this very well, and now only one member of KLA left alive.
He has no money.
No money at all. Yeah, this is pretty rough for KLA.
I think KLA might be having another bad game. It's good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, unfortunately for them today. Luckily, the good has been very good, but unluckily, the bad has been very bad.
Indeed. We're going to fight between 521 and GG here. Both Tumult ults, both Kurumi ultimates have been committed, along with, I believe, both Takeda ultimates. Literally double, triple ult from both of these teams, fully scrapping it out in this engagement. Pampy looking for these fan R&Bs, trying to find it on the flank. 330 eats a bit of damage, but he himself, Pampy, gets hit by a blistering edge in the back, and now Dragon Slayer. But all the Furin shove dodged through by CJS. Very nicely done. Immediately forcing Pampy to disengage. The LMB focus into the Assassin's Lunge, coming through the follow-up onto 521. A GG. In a matter of moments, take down all three members of 521.
Nice and easy pick up onto them. As we are going to see JDG taking a fight versus FPX. FPX had a very good start to the day. Has somewhat fallen away from them, as both of these teams actually have to run with Yang debuff on each other, so they need it. And FPX Sansi able to secure a kill. That's one Soul Bloom for their team. Massive amount of damage coming out from the chain side, so they both have to cube up to break away from that one. But Jing is going to be next up on the menu. No chain scythe available, but that's two for the side of FPX. Now WBG coming in for the third party. Can Sansi break away? They finally cleansed themselves, but WBG are on the F to get some distance, but the rest of FPX have just left Sansi on their own. Hung Sword buying some space. They really need to turn around. If FPX help, they might get the kill.
He's gaming, he's got his ult back already.
1 versus 4 goes for the F. Does miss it. Chain Scythe's available. Where the hell is the rest of FPX? They're not here to back up their primary carry. He's on his own. Sansi's trying to make a break for it. The Matari invisibility does give them a little bit of an opportunity to break line of sight. Into the zone they go. Keck actually being run down by the rest of FPX in the meanwhile. This is greed from FPX, which I think could cost them the game ultimately. As they do get the kill, they do get the cleanse, but they lost Sansi for it. That was so greedy.
That's insane. That's actually insane. Hey, good on you, Sansi, in the 1 versus 3, able to keep moving and regen his most of his ultimate there. He did have the Soul Bloom that he'd picked up beforehand, but still, what a performance coming out from him. Able to fully stall out the fight, allow for his teammate to go and double team onto that one player, getting that Soul Bloom to cleanse. Very nicely done. I
genuinely think if they had turned and joined him, they would have won that fight. He did so much work 1 versus 3. Yeah, if he had backup, if he had a zip in his pocket, like, it was donezo.
Yeah, I think they may have just ended up being too far away. They just overcommitted onto that player and just didn't think they'd be able to make it back in time. Here we are taking a look at a quick replay. 5-1 up against FPX. Taking down 1 very quickly here. And then the second Sansi. It's a bit different from what we saw after this took place. He gets taken down before he's even able to use his ultimate. 5-1 with the perfect execution in that Realm of Yang. Yeah. Beautifully done. Only on 3 eliminations, but still very, very good coming out from 5-1. 5-1 certainly been doing pretty well today. Bit of a slower start so far, but they are on the Sand Siphons. They're looking for that scale-up potential. Looking to try and get that gold ult for the Takeda and make sure that they are ready going into that mid-end game situation. BBE, they did go down to a team after having won their Realm of Yang, but as they had Vermilion Bird's Might, they did not go down fully, and now jumping right back on into the Realm of Yang. Hipbrain, are they taking this one too? They're on a roll right now. Actually, don't say. No, don't cast it.
Rui, he doesn't have ultimate, so keep that in mind. Can charge it up relatively quickly, especially when you get a big parry onto Walker. Back to 94%. That was a very quick charge coming in. Should have that ultimate up and available soon. Gets the slam down with the F. I don't think it made a connection, mind you, but they have now got that reset from the Matari. Going to look for another F before they re-engage with their ultimate. Gonna go for Jing. Jing takes the damage. Ultimate now available to Roy Hee. See where they're gonna use it. Fat Milk just playing the zoning game for the moment. Waiting for an opportunity. The Chain Scythe hasn't come out yet. There's the Kurumi ultimate. There's the parry into the damage. Now goes for the Chain Scythe, and the damage is just enormous from the Zai. Gets the slam down as well. Jing dies to the burns. The Chain Scythe continues to stagger and lock. Walker trying to find an answer back out to Roy Hee here, as he's going to go for his own Chain Scythe lockdown, but he has no backup, and that wasn't a cast curse. They are on a roll. You were correct.
They are indeed. Oh my goodness. How many even is that? That's 14 eliminations on second Yang, Hipbrain. That's crazy. The first 3 games, they had nothing. Game number 4, they just fully unleashed. Now they are absolutely cooking. Speaking of X1, almost getting cooked there. ZDI able to get that Hardy cube to safety. XLY, having taken all of his shield off, is on the full retreat. The no ult zone does get put into play. They're not interested in taking this fight up against GG, as GG did manage to get their hands on Draco Storm, the buff that you just don't want to fight. You never want to fight Draco Storm. It is a ridiculously uphill battle. It comes down to the Draco Storm team making a lot of mistakes for you to even come close to winning that straight up fight. A 5-1 here. Ooh, the shift parry going in. Very nice, coming out from Peak into the scale rush follow-up. Not able to find it. Akame does turn it around with the R&B focus, but the drive-by from you with that F3. Just, oh my goodness. Goodbye, sir. You are dead.
It's just a side swipe. It's like getting hit by a truck. Just like
out of nowhere.
Focusing on someone else, and someone just comes from off screen and just like rockets past them and takes them out.
Out of nowhere. Indeed. Oh, we've got a bit of a fight. Is this really a fight? This is a 3 versus 1. Doesn't really. I don't feel like it really counts. KLA is in shambles right now.
KLA are just like so good and so throwy at the same time.
It is what it is. They thing is, I mean, KLA's kind of always been like that. They do still do well. They do still perform
consistent, but yeah.
We only got one member alive, and as I say that, he does get taken down by WBG, who are able to cleanse one of their Yang depletions, but still have 2 Soul Blooms left to pick up if they want to fully cleanse the Yang depletion and not have to look for the rebirth strategy. They do spot out EWG rotating in.
I didn't see their money. I don't know if they've actually got enough. The EWG definitely don't have enough. I don't know if they had a debuff. I can't remember. They might have done the run into zone. I'm not sure. Anyway, what WBG goal money. They got enough money actually, so I think that's probably their game plan. Find a nice quiet spot where they can run into the zone, take their members out, then revive them, grab the bodies, grab the gear back, and then just undo it that way. What they don't want to be doing is fighting BBE right now, because BBE are hella scaled. As looks like WBG have different thoughts on that one. They're chasing on, but look at that. Gold armor, gold nunchucks. Like, they're just so set up. I mean, speaking of setup, to be fair, GG, who have been quite quiet this game, quietly getting strong in the background anyway. 6 kills under their belt. They're also very scaled up, really good armor. Sleepwalker's actually going to just full commit here. They're going to go for the fight. Immediately, the Tessera embrace out. Sleepwalker trying to make a breakaway. He can't touch the earning time, so he is going to get himself charmed up. Now the stun's next to come through. The CC chain is just too much for Walker. Kurumi ultimate will keep him alive, though. He gets the F up, jumps back out. They're going to blink away. Walker able to just about survive that one, but it looks like WBG are just full committing to this one. They've got the ability to go for it. Chainsab's about to time out for Walker, though. EWG have split in multiple directions, and that's going to potentially slow down the ability for WBG to get themselves the Soul Blooms they need to survive. Cookie locked in place. The F goes wide, but it doesn't matter because he is going down any second now. There it is. S1 actually slide in, try to steal the Soul Bloom there. Not that they needed it. They've only got the one player. He's been left alone. The double parry. 1 versus 2. Can Zen1 do this? I don't know if he's got enough in the block. Gets himself out briefly.
Oh, no.
They're given out and saves the life of WBG. Jing, though, inside the zone, being locked down by EWG. He's trying to save it. Not going to happen. He goes down. EWG able to turn the play around. And again, greed. Teams keep breaking off in multiple ways.
They do indeed. I don't know about that one. EWG are a man down now, so they probably can't contest this resurrection. But I mean, they could do it. They do have the Viper Tessa. It's not as if it's the Wu Chen that's still alive, so they have the dueling potential. However, WBG don't seem all that interested in going for that resurrection, as opposed to looking to chase down the remaining members of EWG. However, BBE have spotted them out on the chase and are going to immediately engage. Walker getting caught by the F3, caught out of the air. Axiao, it seems, got caught up by a different team as well. Oh, X1 coming in from the back. WBG fully sandwiched. The Kurumi ult comes out, but it's just not enough to keep him alive. And now Walker is the last man standing. And I can't remember who it was who had all the money, but one of them did have a lot. Okay, I think Walker may have been the one that had
Walker?
I mean, Walker had a chunk, so he's able to buy it. Yeah, but I don't know. I think maybe Axiao had slightly more. But Walker, I don't know. He's going to walk out of this one. He's, oh no.
Oh, his Eagles got boogled.
Indeed he did.
Yikes.
Speaking of oogly boogly, BBE, good lord, they are on a rampage so far. 15 eliminations now, taking them up to 20.5 points so far in this game, so far today. Actually insane.
Yeah,
the contrast between the first 3 games is absurd.
Yeah, BBE
feels like a different team.
Absolutely amazing game. We did see WBG go out in the middle of all that. They've had a very underwhelming day, unfortunately, WBG. Solid start with that Valda comp, at least off drop, and then kind of crumbled a little bit more off that. GG. Another team who've been kind of sleeping today, but this time around got themselves on the Sand Siphon. CJS very geared up. Frio also got golden armor, so GG actually could potentially be a real threat as we move later into this game. Let's keep our eyes on them. The Sand Siphon's very good in these final circles, especially when we start to see those Spirit Wells come up, which will be spawning up soon. I believe the next one is the buff one, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Interesting what the buff is going to be.
True. I want to know as well. I don't know if we'll... Wait, so I think there is a Spirit Well technically in play at the moment. However, I don't think these teams have been headed on over to it. The 80% Moonbane is going to be coming through soon-ish. Yeah, usually there's another Spirit Well.
I think GG got it because they've got 2 sets of gold armor. So I'm going to make the assumption that they picked it up. Oh, CJS in danger. LXM comes in and blocks, takes a lot of damage, but GG walk away.
Bowder might not be walking away from this one though. Peak extremely low health. Year Run did go down in the middle of this Moonbane. Peak immediately getting chased down by BBE. The musket shot from Aizen to finish him off. And BBE don't show any signs of slowing down right now. 16 eliminations, and they are certainly going to be looking for this Spirit Well. And speaking of, it is now spawning in right on top of where they are, and it looks as though it's going to be another Mystic Might Spirit Well. I'm not sure if we'll see too many teams looking to contest the Spirit Well. Although, I mean, there is still loot to be had, and Mystic Might is still pretty nice. It's not as popular, or is not as valuable as the White Tiger's prowess. We do see GG starting to move in. A swarm. The glorified crossbow.
I think it's going to be, to be fair, with the Sand Siphon teams, I do think the Zycomps are going to struggle to contest on Spirit Wells just because the Sand Storm from the Temi.
Yeah, true.
Very, very impactful. And I think BB recognized and kind of acknowledged that, but they do not want to get caught inside the Sandstorm and then getting messed up there. So they actually say, we're scaled enough. We'll just play later. We'll give this to GG. It's going to suck that they get Mystic Might. They get that information. And it does now mean that every member of GG is going to be having golden armor for the final circle, unless JL do something about it. GG not committing ultimates, though.
Ooh,
I think JL have been... Oh! Dreadful Whale hits onto CJS. No full commit. Very interesting to see, but GG are actually kind of okay to hold for the moment. Just throw the ultimate out here. There we go. One thing. It's a lot of HP. CXJ next up on the menu. He's going very low. Forced to cube out. That is the ultimate's burnt. CJS will be able to pick this one up. Gold armor going to LXM. GG now. Mystic Might has information on everyone. Most crucially, so geared up for this final circle. It's going to be a big one.
Absolutely. CJS immediately looking to push these other teams lurking at the edge of the zone. GG. And they're playing safe. You know, it's not the White Tiger's prowess, so they don't have the full, you know, they don't have the go ahead to just immediately go fully crazy and try and collect at least 1 or 2 kills, because it will chain into the White Tiger's prowess raw, as we've seen many a time. But they're still looking to fight. They're still looking to get aggressive. They do have the agency to do that here, trying to loot up this body that went down to another team. CJS with these golden fist plays, just constantly throwing out blues left and right. And if you do get hit by one of those, you are going to get absolutely cooked. Absolutely slammed. Speaking of cooked, we've got the Flamebringer coming out from BBE. VVV eating a little bit of that damage, but managing to make it out of danger, disengaging. GG now pressing the issue onto X1, looking for the flank opportunities. ZDI stone forming, trying to stay alive, trying to block these hits coming through, but still taking that chip damage. Hardy ultimate is now going to be committed for one of these teams. The cube is going to be placed down. BBE still holding strong. They have this dreadful whale just sectioning off a piece of the final zone, of the safe zone, for them to call home. Bowder's you now in a bit of a bad spot, forced to use that Viper ultimate. Thankfully, though, he does find the pickup for the armor swap that was left behind by this team, by GG. Well, it's getting a little bit more aggressive now. Roy Hee just taking the time to heal up at the edge of the zone, but being forced into the storm by the Takeda. The Assassin's Lunge follow-up. Roy Hee immediately forced to use ultimate alongside the Kurumi as well. They do manage to stabilize, but that could have been very bad. If just a little bit more damage had come through, they certainly would have been taken down here. Roy Hee now trying to find some value with this ultimate, looking for X1, trying to find the empowered attacks. XLY taking a bit of damage. F3 now coming through for Roy Hee, looking for that reset. Fat Milk only with a white dagger, just constantly using the Dreadful Whale. Doesn't matter if it doesn't do damage, it's going to do the stagger that we need to stay alive in this end zone. CJR sending a blue, getting parried, punished, forced back, but immediately re-engaging. ZDI forced into the zone and taken down by the blistering edge. They're still healing. BBE getting taken down extremely low. They could do it. They could take it all if they get all these kills. CJS coming online with the golden fan. Takes down one, takes down two. LXM's the one taking the kills. X1 goes to the sky. Next kill coming through now, and I believe BBE might be fully out now unless there's one in the sky. They might still be alive. People. There it is. Ibin still alive. There he is. JL as well, still in the fight. Oh my goodness.
GG are closing the gap though. 13, 14 kills over to them. There's still 2 people left. If they can secure these 2 kills, they may just have done this. JL's VVV is going to try and put some damage in. They're going to absolutely rip through his health bar. He goes in for yet another dash, but the fear and shove just locks him in place. X1 is taken down by VVV. The denial, 15 kills to GG though. I think with the kill multiplier and the placement points, they take first there. And I'm sure BBE are kicking themselves over that one. They were so set up.
Chances of any fights around there, as not a single team is dropping even remotely close to them. But we're jumping right on in. KLA and the JDG, along with Bowder, are all contesting this Firefly spawn. Two-Tick manages to get those 2 Fireflies. Unfortunately, no melee weapon in hand just yet. Does find himself some armor, though. Not in immediate danger. KLA looking around, seeing if they can find themselves a Firefly or 2. I think pretty much all of them have already been taken. JDG looted up and ready with the Takeda ultimate. Find the lone member of KLA, CXZ, caught out. This is not where you want to be, buddy. This is not where you want to be at all. I feel like KLA is just split up and in shambles right now.
Yeah, KLA kind of caught sleeping, unfortunately. CXZ may get picked up, though, by 17S, so not the end of the game for them there. So we do see FPX taking a fight here versus BBE. Roy Hee gonna put some pressure in, goes for the F. Don't believe that hit, actually. I think they just about dodged that one out. And now Roy Hee pinned up against a wall, taken down. No way that BBE could save that. And I've been the last man standing. Not going to be standing for long.
That's rough. That is definitely rough to see off the back of their previous game, considering how well they managed to do in the early game of the previous game. You know, we were talking about how maybe it's just their Fireflies, their map, but here it looks as though they weren't able to overcome that fight. But WBG up against JDG in this situation. WBG with the Moonbane, having it gone and picked up the money to be able to purchase this very, very early on, have gone all the way up to 5 eliminations already, currently leading the charge in terms of kills. Still 37 seconds and counting on this Moonbane. They are going to have the time potentially to resurrect their fallen teammate. However, it's not being made easy by KLA, who did in fact get fully resurrected and not have to use their rebirths here. Jing sending out the blue focus, immediately getting parried. KLA looking to grapple forwards. 2 of them immediately cancelling, though, as the Moonbane hit did come through, avoiding that damage and stagger. It looks as though WBG, even though it was looking very good for them, might be in a very bad position, as there it is. KLA are going to be able to pick up that final kill And the Moonbane, unfortunately, just did not do enough for them here.
Yeah, KLA coming in lovely there, getting himself the kills. WBG, though, still starting off with 5 kills, so regardless of that, did still have a very good start to this game, although KLA are walking in the same direction of them, so they could catch him at the Soul Altar if they released at the wrong time. Does look like Bowder as well. Only got the 1 kill, so pretty slow start for Bowder in this game. But if you didn't drop on the hotspot, it kind of makes sense if you don't have many kills, because there was a lot of people dropping in one very big cluster, and then a couple of teams not. So as you can see, GG 0 kills because of where they dropped. They dropped, I think they dropped to Celestia, right? Yeah, and then they went up.
And Temple.
Temple. Dropped at Temple, and then they were going up Secret Tunnel, yeah. So I don't expect to see GG for a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're probably not going to see much of them in this game. But JL, oh my goodness, VVV with the F2 Takeda, you're joking. Oh my god. Oh, Yoran taking a lot of damage here. VVV looking to follow up. Trying to find it. Does find the RMB.
Yoran's able to find a turnaround here for VVV. Get some damage off of the fans, though. Been a real menace. Lots of damage getting caught there onto Yoran as One Fang going incredibly low in the middle of all of this. The Kurumi ultimate doing a lot of work for the side of JL, but there's the parry from you. The fans are stolen, and suddenly VVV has lost that power. Luckily, he had a pair of blue fans in pocket, but he's taken out by the chain scythe from Yoran. The Wisp does make the connection. The dual halberds do a fair amount of work there as Yoran is able to use that pole sword to just clatter another kill for himself, and Bowder fire back.
Hey, very nice from Bowder. It was looking pretty good for JL, but I don't know, just sort of fell to pieces, and the F2 from the Takeda just don't feel like it offers enough to justify taking it in this kind of environment. I will say the F1, as we've seen pretty much every single other Takeda use in trios, is just so useful. Not because necessarily it offers like an aggressive ability, but the fact that it gives you that passive immunity to blue focus attacks that allows you to not only just go in as position 1, but also look to peel for your teammates standing with them, and then any blue focus that goes towards you or your teammate that's close by is going to get grabbed out by that Takeda F1. But heading on over to this fight, SS1 up against EWG. Both Matari Ultimates already in play. The Zai F3 not on cooldown just yet. The parry comes through, knocking him down. Tutu taking a lot of damage. Forced to use that Kurumi ultimate as well. Rosemary now popping the ultimate, pulling the trigger, using that F3, trying to group all of these players together. Luo Ye not able to stay standing, gets knocked around and taken down. EWG still fighting though, trying to save this situation. Cookie, though, I don't think is on the same page, going to be looking for that disengage. Rosemary just constantly chasing down this poor Kurumi. No armor, half HP. Sends out the blue focus RMB, though, on the pole sword. Rosemary not ready with the parry, but I don't think it's going to make all that much difference, as Cookie is just going to get shot down and take it out.
Yeah, lovely little pick up there for the side of SS1. Up to 5 kills as well. Having a very solid go of it at the moment as Bowder taking a fight here versus WBG. Bowder had a pretty rough start to this one. They get the 4 kills though, so see if they can make the turnaround happen. Slam comes in from Yoran, actually able to do a fair amount of damage. Chain scythes are ready to go as well, and is looking for an opportunity to get those lined up onto the members of WBG. Gets the F off for a bit of burn into the chain scythe to follow. Another rotation of this chain scythe burn. WBG are being absolutely liquefied here by Bowder. Chain scythe burn onto Sleepwalker. Down he goes. Bowder, they just played that so well. WBG, they're eliminated from the game entirely.
That's insane. And also, EWG was also fully eliminated off the back of the fight that they'd had before. But looky here, JL trying to jump in for this third-party opportunity. Bowder looking to retreat, get into the safe zone. JL do not want to let this happen. They've already committed that Tumulk ultimate. They have the Takeda and the Karumi ultimate ready to go at a moment's notice. But the turnaround, TXJ is going to go down, and Bowder immediately turn aggressing onto JL. What on earth just happened? VVV, now the last man standing, trying to lurk and
that was
stay
like a salty
hidden.
run back.
Yeah, it looked like it, but I don't know. What on earth happened here?
I like that they're gatekeeping the Karens as well to make sure that they don't get back up.
Yeah, there's no
Bowder
chance.
Playing that very, very well. Do see in all of this time, though, it does mean Bowder won't be able to get into a run with Yang. One thing is getting up. They're going to get TXJ up. This could get dicey, though. If Bowder come over, that's just more kills in the pocket.
They're going to hold them at the edge. Look at how far the zone is as well. This is going to be tough.
Away. They have to go the longest way. I don't know if they're going to do well on that. I think it's going to go bad for JL. As VVV goes down.
Zone. Moving on, GG over in the realm of Yang, fighting up against 5T1. Sends out the LMB focus. CJS, little bit greedy. Sends it, and he's ready for it, Pampy, but CJS ready for the release himself, gets the parry, sends out the follow-up, and he's ready to unleash this ultimate, though. Both Kylins pulling the trigger, getting this ultimate online. Pampy taking the brunt of the damage initially, but no significant follow-up coming through. GG just going back and forth. CJS trying to find the openings with his Kylin ultimate, has found a lonely zipping on her own. Does manage to stagger, does manage to force out that hardy cube, is going to now look for the follow-up on to this zipping across the map. But the ultimate is over. It's going back and forth. This could go either way here, Brain.
CJS looking for an opportunity, had to take himself, jump out with the Rubik's Cube. Got to break away for a brief second, Akame. Gonna put some damage down. GG. Waiting for an opportunity to turn this one back around. So far, I believe it's a pretty equal fight as they're going to go in for the turnaround. Knock-up comes in from CJS. Doesn't quite get the damage down. Yin breaking away. Parry lands onto CJS. Ooh. Halberds, does he get them back in time? Yes, he does. Akami comes in. LXM trying to bail out CJS, but this is now GG with one member and a dream. And that dream is a nightmare because 5-2-1 win the fight.
They do indeed. That was if he hadn't clanked against that LMB or that aerial LMB, whatever it was, on the pulse sword, he may have been able to kite out a little bit longer, as there were only about 18, 17 seconds left on the clock. But unfortunately, he does clank and does get taken down. And that's just a small little bit of damage. BBE looks as though they won their realm of Yang, picked up 3 eliminations, and now looking to get aggressive onto JDG. In this area, the bounty is in play as well. Roy Hee just sending out those blues with those fist blades, now swapping over to the golden dagger that he had in the back pocket, holding onto the golden weapon, not looking to get that one parried off the rip. It's quite optimal, I will say. Some players do this. You see them use a lower grade weapon than the golden one to start off the fight, as they're looking to open up the fight with an aggressive blue focus. BBE, though, look, speaking of aggression, still trying to push forward in this fight. Roy Hee using that Zai ultimate does manage to find the damage onto Kiki. JDG losing another member, but SS1 have been waiting in the wings, and they're looking to pull the trigger.
Yeah, SS1 now continue to keep that pressure up. Roy Hee caught in the knock-up. Oh, this is a bit of an
What is this combo? I've not seen this one.
That was beautiful from Rosemary. Now, Roy Hee, as soon as they come back down, his chain scythe whiff does connect onto Rosemary, though. Trying to break a breakaway. Is able to kind of get himself out, but again, BBE, they still have the Bird's Might, so they're just going to pop that and walk away. As here, we have a look at a team who do not have the Bird's Might. They have the opposite, GG, now running around with that Realm of Yang debuff on them, desperately trying to find themselves the kills. Dash is looking to be breaking up. 17S, it's a fair amount of damage. QGG as well. A lot coming out from CJS. He's doing a lot of work here. Continues to dash forward. Does get eaten by the damage himself, though. Is about to time out, so he's trying to get as many extra dashes out as possible. Is going low. Gets that extra last dash in. And now it's 17S in his sights with the halberds. CJS is trying to do his best, but has to take the cube to break away for a brief second there. parry comes onto 330. 330 very low, but not down yet. CXZ. This is just breaking up into multiple 1v1s at this point. So just avoiding and evading each other. CJS loses a fair chunk of his armor. Albert's coming in, though, on to the KLA member. Gets the knockback onto 3. 2 members of his team down. The parry to follow. And KLA are eliminated. GG cleanse himself and are still in this game.
They absolutely are. The back and forth, the realm of Yang depletion fight. The mirror, it is what it is. GG are going to be coming out on top there. Taking a look at the leaderboard here, there are quite a few teams, or actually only a few players are fully eliminated. KLA, EWG, WBG, and then 2 members of JL have gone down. Unfortunately, we saw that fight that they had in the zone. It looks as though they did get the full reses off, but then died to the zone, and only the Tumulk was able to make it out alive. But back to the action, SS1 and X1 going to be scrapping it out. The Matari ultimate is coming through already. The Zaya ultimate for the side of SS1. X1 trying to hold onto it just a little bit longer. Zen 1 forced into the zone on the Matari, does manage to make it back into the safe zone, onto that Kurumi circle, healing up just enough to stay alive. The Poison Splash is going to be coming into play as well. X1 ZDI trying to kite it backwards. Now we're going to an equalized fight, 2 versus 2, I believe. Rosemary finding the opening onto XLY, but the ultimate now expiring. ZDI waiting on the outside, trying to find that lunge in with the staff. Not really able to find it. ZDI finally getting that damage. He gets the hold check, gets the RMB onto Rosemary, does go down. But JL coming in with a third party, having resurrected VVV, looking to try and claim all of these eliminations, all of this money. And it looks as though succeeding in this endeavor as they managed to pick up 4 kills now in total and quite a bit of cash to be able to buy back their third and final member, One Fang, from the Abyss, bring him back from the spirit realm. And they are going to be resurrecting him very shortly.
Yeah, really nice there coming in from them. 15 minutes left in this game. They're going to be BBE once again after losing their last run with Yang. Going to be going up versus JDG on the Sand Siphon. B2 Tech gets up into the sky for a brief second, just waiting for an opportunity to jump in. Roy Hee could be that line of sight for them. Trying to catch him out of the sky. Ultimate now used, got the Fear and Shove available to them. Tutik inside the sandstorm. He is tracking, looking for his opportunity to come in for the burst. Roy Hee gonna be the target. Immediately gets parried. Is able to get the Kurumi ultimate out though. Throws down a lot of damage in response, but is eating so much in return. Still has one more of those Fear and Shoves. Looking for the opportunity to get a good opening to use it. Charges for a few people, but ultimately not really much has been achieved here. Both the Kurumis have ulted and everyone's pretty low. Looking for a parry. Roy Hee taking a lot of damage from this hung sword here from Tutik, doing a lot of work now. Fat Milk next up on the menu. Aibin gonna eat a fair chunk of damage as they're gonna turn once again onto Roy Hee to try and keep Kiki alive. Roy Hee on the run. They're trying to chase him down. I don't know if they've lost line of sight on him though. He keeps that pressure going and Roy Hee is able to turn it onto Kiki, but he is low and this could be their opportunity to take him down. They do get him. They equalize the score. It's a 2 for 2 now, or 2 versus 2 now. But the Kurumi Tethers could come in really clutch here. Fat Milk should be the target for them. They're about to get that ultimate backup available on Tutik. He's almost got it fully charged. We did hear a clang go down. I didn't see who it made a connection onto, but Fat Milk gets scale rushed forwards against. Can the damage keep through here? Lots of bursts hitting onto Tutik. He's going to use that Fear and Shove. Aibin gets caught by the Wisp. Help another Fear and Shove, just keeping him in place. The Infinite starts up, and there's the burst to secure the kill. 15 seconds left in, and Fat Milk, it's going to be a Kurumi versus a Kurumi, I think. I can't see who he's fighting, actually. No, he's
That's
fighting
a Tumulk.
Not quite the same.
Oh.
Maybe he can get it ever. The parry comes in. Fat Milk goes down. They both go down. It's a heartbreaking fight. Kurumi healing too much.
That was so close. So well fought from both of these teams as well. Just the spacing, Oh my goodness, there was so much to go through for that fight. That's a VOD review fight right there. But good lord, very nicely done by both the teams. Unfortunately, neither of them are going to be coming away with the buff and with the victory from the realm of Yang. So they now are going to be tasked with finding those soul blooms to cleanse the Yang depletion. But however, Bowder, on the other hand, are very happy as they've managed to pick up a White Tiger's prowess, and I believe they got this from a realm of Yang themselves. Looking very, very scaled up now. How many kills is that? I think that's 11, 13 eliminations for the side of Bowder. Looking at very, very good with this White Tiger's prowess as well. Looking at the edges of the zone. Going to be trying to find all of those solo players, all of those players who have lost their teammates. Look at this, though. FPX with the full grief, sending it onto GG, finding that player and making their realm of Yang infinitely more difficult. And Bowder getting this fight in the 3 versus 2. CJS tries to use this Kylan ultimate, but as you can see, it's being made extremely difficult by Bowder. Oh, as I say that, Yeran takes a lot of damage in this replay. Kurumi ultimate does come out though, and then just makes it completely unwinnable. 3 versus 2, it is a very, very hard thing to manage, and unfortunately they weren't able to here. Bowder though, fortunately for them, are able to take full advantage of that situation.
Yeah, really nice there coming in from Bowder. We're just going to have a look at what is going on for the side of BBE, because obviously they got that Roma Yang debuff on, along with the side of GG. GG actually being down a player is going to cause them quite a bit of problems, as they are being run down by JDG, who right now are also debuffed up, but looking to cleanse that, looking to fix that one. CGS trying to make a break for it. Not able to quite get away, but it does go for a light turnaround. But I think this might be the end. Pops a bit of damage off. Has the dashes, to be fair. He's going to turn onto Kiki. See if he can find the opportunity to get the dashes through, but CGS just wants out.
Full disengage angle coming out from GG, but I'm not sure if this is really... I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to really say. In that situation, do you look to commit and try and get at least one Soul Bloom in the 2 versus 3, or do you just fully disengage using the ultimates and hope that you can find a moment later on that you can pick up a Soul Bloom? It's a hard decision to make, but instead we're going to be having a BBE up against JDG, the rematch, the run back. It looks as though BBE bit off more than they could chew, a bit too aggressive, getting caught in a bad spot, even inside the Kurumi circle. They are going to go down, losing a member. Fat Milk going to be following it quickly afterwards, and now Roy Hee is left on his own. JDG going to be able to cleanse 2 of those Yang depletions, I believe, as they do take down 2 members of BBE. However, it doesn't look as though they did. Only 1 member was able to cleanse it. Perhaps one of these teams was able to jump in. Perhaps, oh, GG! Wait! GG was able to jump in and snipe one of the Soul Blooms and cleanse.
Oh my word!
Cleanse the Yang depletion on the Kylan. Unbelievable. Right, he now on his own. He needs to find the Soul Bloom. It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be hard to manage. Bowder as well going to be coming in and making it even more difficult. GG, though, caught in the crossfire. CJS, member. Yeah.
They just lost their person they cleansed.
Yep. He's dead, and so is BBE. It's all falling to pieces. Just absolutely explosive situation to be in. It has indeed.
Free is going to get the pickup.
Oh, wait, does he find the res? No way, right? Surely not.
He gets it.
That's insane.
So he's going to heal him up, drop his cash, and be like, I need pick it up at 8. Like,
come get me here at 8 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. Word. GG. I think they just pulled off the sneakiest play, but the question is, are they actually going to be able to do it? Frufio's actually run into the zone. I think their game plan is to die to the zone, but what they didn't realize is I think Bowder know where they are. They go down. Ooh. We'll see. Yeah, there it is. Pete gets the kill.
CJ is still alive, though.
He has 2 pots. 1 armor pot, 1 health pot. He
Oh,
is...
goodness. It's not good. And also, do you want to know what's really, really sad? Is that JDG, so they cleansed one, and then the other two died. The one that got cleansed went over, bought both rebirth charms to be able to res his teammates.
And died?
And then dies to the zone.
Yikes. Yikes, indeed.
That's heartbreaking.
CJS?
Oh, spooky! Oh, my lord.
That was what we call a squeaky bum moment, that.
Oh no, but Bowder's found him. Oh, it's just a roller coaster of emotions. You know, will they make it? Will they? Won't they?
I don't know if it's a roller coaster of emotions. I think there's one emotion for GG in this game, and that's sadness.
Yeah, they are definitely very sad. The paid actors though from JL. Did they save him? No,
there's absolutely no way. CJS is going down here. And there he goes, fading away.
To the zone,
he didn't
though.
Give a kill.
At the very least. Hey.
That's some ultimate disrespect.
Oh, my goodness. What is going on? What is going on right now? We've got 15 players left alive. Yeah, and then it fell off, and then it just went all oogly-boogly after the Yangs, and now it's probably going to calm down for a little bit, considering we got the Moonbane coming into play. Bowder looking very, very strong, though. 15 eliminations under their belt. Is it going to be a Bowder game? Perhaps. We've had a different MVP team every single game so far today. JL, although they are... although they do have the legendary ult state for the Takeda, they do have a blue armor on TXJ. They're not as scaled as they perhaps would want to be. Regardless, they could potentially pull it out of the bag. And look at that, Hip-Rain.
No.
We got White Tiger's prowess in for the Spirit World. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, who's going to take it? How oogly is this going to get? X1 sitting on this bridge, controlling the space with the... oh my goodness! I can't believe it. I always forget the name of this Soul Jade on cast. I never forget it at any other point. It's just only when I'm trying to refer to it on a cast that I forget the name of it. Cloud Weaver. That was it.
There you go.
Cloud Weaver. There. I keep thinking it's Wild Windspout. No, it's not Wild. That's for fan. It's Cloud Weaver.
It's Windspouts is fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always think
he didn't even get that one right.
That's what I said. Windspout. Wild Windspout.
Wild Winds. Oh, Wild Windspout. Okay, I didn't actually. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
In my defense, and now to look like a total clown, I didn't even know the full name. Apparently, I just called it Windspout.
Okay, big dog. Okay, let's get back in. Take it away, Hip-Rain. Take it away. What's going on here?
Well, as you would expect, there's a White Tigers buff, so everyone's gone mad for it. Bowder actually have control of the area, though, as Peak. I just noticed using the Laura Croft skin. Haven't seen anyone use that yet. They're just going to hold this for the moment. And I don't think we're going to see anything until it gets close. I think a lot of people are going to be very hesitant, although Bowder are pretty close right now. They're almost halfway there on getting it. They're keeping it nice and sturdy. FBX going to move in and try and stop Yoran. F's up. To get away for a brief second, jumps back into the action, however, as he eats a whole heap of damage. Peak going very low, is able to survive. Junks gets parried, does get a light turnaround though. Everybody's jumping back in to this Spirit Well. Soul Altar, Spirit Well, yeah, Spirit Well. Everybody fighting for it. Bowder using the chains there from you just to put a whole heap of damage in and force everyone away. And Bowder trying to reclaim control of this area. Yoran evading the chain scythes himself, does end up eating them, however. Sandstorm breaks out on top of the zone, on top of the area. Bowder find two caught in a wisp, but they don't actually get punished for it. Able to reassess and move back over. They're so close to capping this. This could be the difference maker. We see the ultimate, the Fear and Shove coming out from a Takeda. I didn't see which one. I just saw it from below. Everybody is full sending it for this Soul Altar. Spirit Well. I'll get it there eventually. Everyone wants it. Yoran holding fast. He's still got his ultimate. Is going to just go in for an F. Doesn't actually hit anybody with the F and is hit by the Decatur midair. Waiting for an opportunity to jump in as it is just so close. As soon as this pops, I think the game ends. Genuinely, whoever gets it, because everyone's so low. Whoever gets it is just going to full send their ultimates and then win the game off it. Should be instantaneous. Bowder are so close, but Peak is so low. He's no! One thing takes him out. Bowder are denied. FPX are now going to go for it. Can they hold? The zone is moving beyond. This is just too risky at this point. Jux is caught inside of the Wisp. Able to break away, keeping the damage onto One Fang, or to TXJ. I don't even know who he's hitting. There's just too many people on my screen. Nobody's capped. It's going to hold. Peak jumps away, trying to get himself out of the action as he's being chased down. Junks using dash after dash as much as he can. As FPX have forced Bowder out, the zone is there. Is anyone crazy enough? Have we got a mad dog in the midst?
No. I don't think so. That would be a little bit too aggressive, as literally everybody else is lurking on this building, watching and waiting to see if any of these players are going to greed and try and make their way over to capture the Spirit Well. But now the problem is that it's not going to happen.
Akane went for it.
Well, it's not going to happen.
Jay went for it. Sorry, Akane got it.
It's not going to happen. No one's getting this. Jay, they're dipping their foot in every so often.
Do it.
Do it. Get in here. You want the buff, don't you? Don't you?
You win the game if you get me. Come
here. Exactly. Can you do it? TXJ, 1 HP. Could he do it? No, he cannot. He is going to go down to Pampy here. One Fang responding, taking down Junks. Going to be unleashing the ultimate on the side of 521 for Kylin. Going to be dashing through, cleaving in and out of this closed space. It's not going to be easy. The Kurumi ultimate is down. Pampy looking to try and get some value. He's trying to regen at least some of his HP before he goes for a secondary dash, but not able to get another one. Bowder jumping in. The F3 knocking all of these players out. The poison splash, the fire damage. It's so explosive. And Bowder looks as though they're going to be taking this game. Are they going to be confirming the first place? Yes, they are. Bowder are going to take game number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, a different MVP every time. Bowder's turn to take the crown.
Yeah, they are popping off. Bowder.
Indeed. And what are we kicking it off with? We've got KLA and GG. The Takedas slapping it out. Yeah, slap him. CJS jumps up using that F1 to get a little bit extra height. Turns around, slaps the Kurumi. Get away from me. LXM unfortunately has already been taken down. They're trying to recover. GG is not looking too good for them. He finds an armor, but no weapon still. And KLA starting off strong, getting 3 eliminations. Immediately going over to BBE up against JDG. No full committal from these teams, though. No Fireflies, not ready to pull the trigger just yet. JDG trying to loot up a little bit more before they go on in and fully commit in this fight. BBE, Fat Milk getting grappled on. Roy ready with the scale rush, looking for the peel. Ibin getting consolidated on, forced to use that F to disengage. But Tutik, getting a lot of his shield taken off, turning around with the parry onto Roy and he has no option to combo break out of there. He can't survive. He gets exploded, and JDG makes short work of BBE.
Tutik's an animal. Just
what a machine
came his way. I was thinking about actually.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to enlighten you. So I think what I'm liking about the meta is, I've seen a lot of these comps play a lot recently, but they're very diverse. But for me, it's actually not the comps that is exciting. It's the weapon variants. I feel like for a long time, like when a new weapon came in, it overtook the meta. And yes, fist weapons are crazy strong. Yes, the hang sword is also very strong if you kind of want to be using your swords. But I do still think that there's still because of how many strong weapons there are now, there is a fair amount of variance. What I do think is a bit sad is we need to bring things like greatsword up as stuff, because I don't think you see people go for pole sword and greatsword. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a greatsword user myself, by the way, but I would like to see people baseball batting people out of the arena and stuff. Like, for the most part, a lot of weapons are getting used other than like, maybe the pole sword and stuff like that.
I mean, pole sword still gets a lot of use. Great sword.
Great sword. Yeah. Pole sword is your go-to heavy attack weapon, isn't it, really?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's certainly sad for me. I am the greatsword enjoyer, and I do think that it would be nice to see it come back into the game a little bit more, as it's not received all that much love for a very long time. But who knows? We will see. Things do change very drastically all of a sudden, as if this most recent patch can be any indication, that is certainly a set precedent at this point. But yeah, no, it's. I do agree with you, though. I think it largely comes down to the jades that they have available to them. Like we see players using a white dagger just because they have Dreadful Whale in an end circle because of how valuable it is to the team as utility. But I don't know. I mean, there are certain roles and certain compositions that prefer certain weapons, but as jades aren't or the specific jades aren't as easy to come by as they used to be because of the changes to Immortal Wars shop. You have to now buy and just use what you get, and you can't just always get the jades that you want for the weapon that you have, for the weapon that you want to play. But yeah, I do agree with you. I do agree. The weapon variety has come quite a long way, for at least from what it used to be.
Yeah, I guess the thing about like older seasons, well, first of all, there weren't as many weapons, and because people were random rolling jades, you'd then kind of find the weapon that fitted the jades you had. So maybe that's why you saw more greatswords and things back then, because people would get like better setups for greatswords.
Well, I mean, pole sword just didn't exist back then. So it was
pole sword also
just like that.
I mean, as soon as pole sword came in, the greatsword, just jumped in its grave. Like it was done.
Yeah.
Even with Overcomer being kind of garbage as a soul jade, to be honest. Like the fact it's parryable at any stage, it doesn't have like a state where you can't. It just remains parryable the entire time, and it's very easy to parry.
Yeah, no, I agreed.
That is honestly a trash soul jade. Yet Rupture Gale Orb and Burn, both individual soul jades, then combined, stayed as a purple soul jade. Absolute madness. Anyway, that's my weapon and soul jade rant done before I burst a blood vessel.
Yeah, no, I mean I've been there. I know the feeling. But EWG, this is that they are currently man down. Cookie did die with
ages.
Yeah,
we've just been ranting about weapons watching this fight for like 5 minutes.
True, but I mean, it's a valuable conversation to have. I like that aspect, and a lot of the action is simply just unfolding before us and speaks for itself. However, EWG are not looking too good for them right now. They do have reses. They don't want to go down here. Xi does find a moment. He finds the disengage angle. Did the other guy just sort of stop and?
I think it was like do I want to overcommit for this one kill, or do I just want to leave it?
I mean, I don't know. I think maybe he like spilt some water on his lap. He's like, oh, hold on. I don't know. But we're going back into the action, and you were right. It is a very ugly this game in our final game of the day. KLA looking to aggress on WBG, seeing the Hardy ultimate immediately get committed and fully disengage, turning the other way. Not opting for the aggression, for the overcommitment. Although, perhaps they don't know that WBG doesn't have their ultimates because they have a Moonbane. They're not. Are they just going to let this Moonbane go to waste, or are they going to put it somewhere else? Only about, I think that's about 16 seconds, 15 or so seconds, 10. Yeah, 10, 9. We're going down and down. This needs to get used right now. I'm not sure whether or not they're actually going to be able to get good enough value out of this. They're going to try and throw it out, but are they going to be able to keep these players locked down? They put it down. However, it looks as though they immediately just not going to bother. They're just not able to actually get use out of it. Unfortunately, a not so worthwhile investment coming out from this team has wasted quite a bit of money. But however, I mean, you say wasted, it was a safety net that they had at their disposal for quite a while, so they always had it in their back pocket. So that in itself was value. However, unfortunately, not the maximum. But now that we've had the initial aggression, a lot of these teams, in fact, pretty much all of these teams, I think, are going to be positioning themselves to either go for Spirit Wells, go in for the Realm of Yang, or simply just continue looting up to try and recover, having been taken down early on.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty explosive in the next few moments, to be honest with you. There's 22 minutes on the clock. Spirits will spawning up. And I need to say, oh, hello.
The Red Soul Jade for Tutik. The Mortal Defiance on steroids, turbo cranked to the max.
Well, everybody is going to want that one, and JDG are going to want to jump into the Realm of Yang. They were too slow, though, so they're not going to get it. They're going to look for EDG instead. EWG, sorry. There's coming in for the grapples. Tutik, going to chase forwards. See what he can do. Throws down the F, misses the initial one, unfortunately. Rest of his team are here to jump up. They've isolated one member. Parry comes in. There's the burst from the halberds, absolutely annihilating the health bars. JDG waiting for an opportunity to re-engage. They've got the ultimate still available onto Tutik. He's going to continue to put some damage out. This EWG just making a break for it, but they find himself in real danger. F forwards doesn't again make it smart. Tutik's missed two of these. Going to get some damage off in the sky with those halberds. All right. Getting caught out here briefly. Tutik gets the invisibility from the Matari. Has his F up and available again. See if he can land the third one. Third one's a charm, Tutik. I believe in you, Chief. He's going to make a breakaway for a brief second. Is dashing away, trying to make this work. Tutik comes in for the F, hits a tree. Not going so good on those ones. Jai trying to get himself another jump through. Tutik continues to the F, misses again, unfortunately. Has got his chain scythe in play, though. See if he can put some damage in. His Kiki keeping the healing going. They're keeping the damage down, though. Here comes the chain scythe to finish up the kill here. Jing is the one to secure that kill. And now Cookie's next up. JDG missed. I think it was 5Fs from Tutik, sadly, but they were able to win the fight overall. The problem is FBX have won a Realm of Yang in that time, and now they're jumping in with the Vermilion Bird's Might. No ultimates onto JDG. They just need to make a break for it. They cannot be taking this fight now.
No, absolutely right. And zoning Fs, Lamel. Zoning Fs, that's what we're going to call them. But JDG, you're absolutely right. They do need to look for the disengage. They've managed to buy enough time for their Matari to get ultimate back online. But is it going to be enough to actually save them from the assault, from the cleave through from this Kylin? They're just swapping bait and switch, trying their best to not get fully committed on as an individual. And now the Kurumi ultimate is going to be coming through from the side of JDG. Junks continuously trying to crash through this team, force them out of this Kurumi circle. Ultimate is now going to be expiring. Junks forced to use that combo breaker. The Clank comes through with the blue focus. He's trying to find an opening. He's still full HP, full armor. He's not in danger. But however, Tutik does find a huge blue focus. Ultimate is online now. And Jiao, who is going to go down. Sansi, having used this Hardy ultimate, is going to commit to staying in it. The cube is down, trying to hold on to Tutik. Tutik desperately trying to stay on his feet, trying to disengage, but not going to be an easy task as Bowder now are going to be coming into the mix. However, the Soul Jade, the Red Soul Jade, the Vulpine Essence is going to come in and save the day for him, giving him that full 1,000 health heal on having taken that fatal damage. Gets the armor swap now. FBX still trying desperately to chase him down, sending the blue focus in the opposite direction. The overhold tries to go for the double hold parry, not able to find it. Bowder with their Yang depletion and desperately going to be trying to find these kills and find these soul blooms, having not managed to find a single one just yet. I don't think they were able to get that one from JDG's member getting taken down. However, Junks, I believe, will likely go down and they will be able to cleanse at least one. Now FPX is Hardy still in the mix, looking to see if he can grief some of these players. Gets the parry, gets the follow-up onto Peak. Peak goes down with Yang depletion. He's dead for good. And they don't have the cleanse on another member, I don't think, other than the one. At least that I can't see on the scoreboard just yet. It might not have updated. But KLA now coming into the mix. They too, having that Yang depletion, they do have the cleanse on one, but they're still going to have to find another two if they want to stay alive moving forwards.
Yeah, can they do it is the real question right now. We're just keeping our eyes on to JL. X1 going very low there. LYD not going to be long for this world, although the Karumi healing is huge. There's the parry from VVB. Massive follow-up damage. The problem is One Feng is low. LYD comes in. Parry lands onto VVB. In sweeps Jing. Bursts through a massive chunk of his armor. They're going to continue to pressure up onto VVB, and he is just not given room to breathe. Down he goes. Kill secured there by Jing. WBG able to finish them up, and I don't think the last member of JL has their Vermilion Birdsmite anymore. So I know they went down. They went down. That was someone else. Sorry, there was a lot of teams. I got confused. It takes one who definitely don't have Vermilion Birdsmite. XLY, only man standing, and WBG looking to cleanse themselves here. Parry onto XLY. Lovely.
Very nice from WBG. Able to cleanse, I believe, two out of the three. 2 out of 3, that's pretty decent. They do have a couple members of SS1 lurking here on the edge. They may find themselves fighting off against them here. Perhaps they're going to go past each other. 5-1 also in the mix. Still here. You know, the one Yang depletion is not too bad. I feel like you can definitely buy back one person, and it's not too dangerous. However, 2 definitely a lot more spooky. As if you get caught out as a solo, it's not gonna be easy to disengage. But we've got a zone fight here between GG and this lonely member of EWG. Unfortunately, caught out in the storm. Nothing he can do. Fully committed, no teammate inside. GG able to pick up another elimination, taking them up to 3. Speaking of eliminations, we have Bowder on 3, JL on 4, KLA on 7, FPX on 4, GG on 3, WBG on 4, JDG on 9, leading the charge right now, looking to pop off this game. EWG on 3, 5-1 on 2, X1 on 0. BBE unfortunately fully eliminated so far already in this game. SS1 on 4. And looking at the total scores as well, it's very, very close between 3rd and 7th. You know, there's 5 points between them, so it could go either way. We could see some of the lower end teams skyrocket into the 3rd or 4th spot. I doubt they're going to be able to take the 2nd spot, but only time will tell. We've got the Realm of Yang here between FPX and JL. However, it does kind of look as though JL... Oh, wait, there they are. I was wondering, where are his teammates? He does have teammates, and JL who's going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, it takes a lot of damage. Chunks goes on a quick glider holiday with his friend. Able to come back down though, and now with the dashes up, is going to start to rip through the JL members. Hit by the wisp though. The repeating crossbow from BBB. Jumps has just changed. He's so low. The furious shove tips onto him. He times out on the ultimate any second now, and this could just be the end for FPX. The fear and shove catches him again. Another glider, but that glider's not going to save him for long. Junks is low. Down he goes. One member of FPX standing. And Sansi has to buy a minute. And he's about to time out himself. So that should just be the end of days. As Icarus's wings have melted. And FPX will be going down inside this Realm of Yang. The cube can only buy you so long. 45 seconds on the clock. And once the CC chain starts, it's hard to break away. Wait, is Honey just broken? How do you catch him? He's just constantly running.
That is the question here, Brain. That's a question to be answered another day. JL, though, very happy off the back of that. 7 kills, looking pretty good. And hey, this is a consistent early game. Securing this many kills, very, very good for them. Golden armor onto VVV, and he's going to be going up to that golden ultimate state. I would imagine probably buying up the weapon bag upgrade slots. I'm likely going to be able to go and pick up a couple weapons to take him up to the legendary state. But heading on over to Bowder and KLA, fighting it out on this rock formation, and looks as though KLA like, nope, okay, you guys stay there. We're going to leave. I'm not going to chase you around this thing. Screw that. It's just fully disengaging. QGG appears to have used his ultimate. I'm not sure how long ago, but he's used his ultimate. Perhaps he picked up a Firefly or something. And they're just not looking to commit for this fight. However, the team that will certainly be looking to commit is FPX, as they are the team with Yang Depletion. The only team, in fact, with Yang Depletion in this, at least at the current time. And I believe they may have just picked up a bounty onto JL as well. Going to be looking to chase them down. But JL are actually going to be the aggressing onto FPX. TXJ eating a lot of damage. Still on his feet, though. Nothing too crazy. The damage reduction buff coming out from the Mystic Might, keeping them not in too much danger just yet. JL, I think perhaps they recognize that this is the team they fought in the realm of Yang. They know they have Yang Depletion and are happy to play this fight slower rather than full commitment, full speed ahead. FPX are going to be disengaging, I believe, with this catapult. They'll be flying off into the distance, not looking to fight it out against JL. Instead, going to be looking to find a different fight, as they might be a little easier to fight a team that does not have the Mystic Might buff in this situation. Junks, though, he's on his own. Okay, Sansi does catch up to him, looking around Imperium, trying to find a team, but there's just no one in sight.
This is the problem. It's been a very aggressive game, so finding people in the space is going to be a little bit harder for them. FPX running out of time. Luckily, they can use catapults to reposition if they need to. WBG got 5-2-1 in their sights. WBG don't have the depletion, though, so they don't have to take this fight. They might want to. They're having a pretty solid start so far. Ballista mounted by Peak. So FPX are just going to zone Peak off, make sure he cannot take control of that. And doesn't look like FPX are actually overly interested in picking it up themselves. Instead, they want to just go in on Peak. But Bowder sliding to save the day. 2-cent pack in, though. Massive hit. Jux with the Golden Fist weapons. It's going to do a lot of damage. And this has to happen here for FPX. They need to get themselves cleansed. Yu is immediately going to find himself caught out. Does knock a couple back. Parry comes down, though, as Peak gets slammed. But he's in a really awkward position, so there wasn't a follow-up angle for them. Jux losing a lot of HP, holding on to his ultimate still, waiting for the prime opportunity to go for it. Yoran going to get chased onto. Heat find him pinned in the room. And he is going to take a lot of damage. He has just not got room to breathe. As down he goes, FPX Junks is taken out. Bowder are the ones who find the turnaround. I don't understand why he didn't fully commit ult. That was really weird from him, and FPX are down.
They are indeed. That is not what you want to see. Perhaps holding on to those ultimates just a little bit too long. As, hey, I mean, use it or lose it. Use it or lose your life. As it seems to be the case that, but I mean, thing is, you could say that they didn't necessarily need to use it immediately, and they were trying to create themselves an ult advantage, force out the cooldowns from the enemy team, and then use their ultimates to close out the kills onto those players once they'd forced everything out. But it looks as though they could have done with using those abilities a little bit sooner, at least, just to get some value and potentially maybe stay alive. But hindsight is 2020. Unfortunately, they're not able to survive. Now Bowder trying to stay on this shop, having put the Hardy Cube up, ready to disengage at a moment's notice, trying to buy the things that they want from the shop. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if they were actually able to, so I imagine they were potentially looking to pick up a purple armor. It may have already been bought up by a different team. GG going to be consolidating on this Spirit Well, trying to... TXJ just sliding in with the focus slide, immediately forcing CJS to just take a step back. Thankfully, though, the Kurumi F3 was in play. He wasn't taking all that much damage from that focus slide into LMB. And he's still pretty healthy now, being forced to use a little bit of healing. The Merciless Havoc doing a lot of work to keep them alive. All the range projectiles flying in, even with the dome being in play, still eating a lot of damage. But this isn't the buff Spirit Well. They are committing a considerable amount of resources just to get a normal Spirit Well, and they're gonna go down. GG. Just a greeting for this Spirit Well. There's no buff. You're not getting a buff from this one, boys. You're just getting loot, right? Surely. Am I wrong? I don't know.
I think you're right, because it's not got the. It didn't have the icon, so.
Yeah, like what? I'm not too sure about this one. Perhaps they thought it was the one with the buff, and that's why they greeted so hard, because they committed the Tumulk ultimate for this.
But they would have seen on the minimap that
surely,
it didn't have
right? Yeah, I don't know.
They don't have as clustered of a minimap as we have, so.
True. Yeah, they could.
We are ending in such an exciting place. By the way, this is a lot of terrain, a lot of buildings. We normally get very open endings. It does mean that it'll be a lot of individual fights more than one big collective fight, because people will be in different rooms and buildings. The Bane's Breath right now coming down is going to just zone people away. After or / during this Bane's Breath is when I believe our Spirit Well spawns up. And I think it's a White Tigers. So I expect to see the teams go absolutely rabid for this one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've seen it time and time again. The White Tigers' prowess being so useful, and whenever it's in play, everyone looks to see if they can get their hands on it. There was only one game today that I think that the White Tigers' prowess didn't go overly contested, and that was largely because of the zone and how stacked the team that was sitting on it actually was. They couldn't really be contested. And I think it was the game where, the KLA managed to get it, but somehow they ended up dying with it at the end as well. So I mean, it's not just God mode. You can be taken down if you make mistakes. However, the potential upside of the buff is absurd, as we've seen many times. The skadoosh, the Thanos snap,
as I've started calling it.
Yeah,
it's the ones who successfully used it the most. As KLA aren't doing this, right? Sandstorm's down? No? Have they committed?
No, they have it up. They have it ready.
There it is.
Are they going to use the ultimates early, though? Try and get as much charge as possible. They're getting pushed by these teams, though.
Yeah, I think they should think about using that Sandstorm sooner rather than later. Try and force them away, but for now it is just a bit of a waiting game. KLA's QGG loses a lot of HP. He's forced to throw down the ultimate. Still, he's okay for the moment. Charge is coming in. A couple of teams are trying to contest onto the side of KLA. Beautiful parry from Rosemary. QGG just keeps getting caught in the wisps. They are still holding this, though. Another parry lands onto another KLA member. KLA may be forced to retreat briefly while they just catch their breath. And everyone else is going to use this as an opportunity to jump in and try and reclaim it. CXZ jumps on, just quickly puts his foot down, makes sure that they stay somewhat in the mix for this Spirit Well. It's a bit of a waiting game. Rosemary got those dashes up and available. Everybody's committing all of their ultimates. I don't think KLA used their Sandstorm, right? I think they were reserved. I don't believe so, no. Yeah. Because the problem is QGG kept eating wisps from other Tumulks. And they just got chunked out for it. So I think that was the mistake KLA made there. Ultimately, no one's in control right now. JL are fighting for it, though. Halberd's available to VVV, and he is going to do a lot of work. Still got his ultimate on, so still got 4 of those Fear and Shoves available. There goes out 1. Going to put a lot of damage onto Rosemary. Doesn't quite clip him. But the old Twisteroo, as he does get parried. by Uran. Uran's going to steal his halberds away from him, and BVV's going to be pretty miffed about that one. KLA, after all the fighting, just slide back in.
Oh my goodness, they were the ones to start it off, and they're looking to be the ones to end it. WBG, though, they're looking to contest them. The sand wall, the wisps coming into play. Jing trying it to do as much as he can to stay on his feet and stay within this circle. Looks as though we did lose a member of a KLA. The Tamog is down for the moment. He is resible. So we do have that Karumi tether linked up. He might be able to get back on his feet, but is he just going to resurrect himself into the clutches of one of these teams? Bowder now taking their time to it's my turn on the Spirit Well. I want to ride. They're going to be sitting in and trying to stay alive, taking a lot of damage from all these ranged projectiles. You now forced to fade back, using that zipping effort and immediately starting to heal on that rooftop. JDG now looking to get involved. The Jing is getting obliterated by this Kylan ultimate SS1 with the Cavalry Bloom, just sending out all of these focus attacks to try and cut through all of the ranged projectiles flying in and keep all these players from getting it inside this circle. Rosemary taking a lot of damage, so is Zen 1, forced to try and disengage. The Merciless Havoc is in play to try and keep them alive. Rosemary trying desperately. He's pushed up against the wall. He's lost all of his health. He's got no armor, really. Bowder's Peak also in a dire spot. He's desperately trying to stay on his feet. The Takeda ultimate shoving it back. JLBVV sending out these spear, or is it staff RMBs? They're trying to take it. TXJ bounced around, does have Tamog ultimate available, does commit it now. Will he be able to stay alive? The Karumi circle is healing him up. No one's been able to secure the Spirit Well as of yet. 5-1. Now they're trying to get in and take away this buff for themselves, but they've got a lot to charge up. The Karumi circle, the Matari ultimate, the Zai ultimate, sending out these chain sights left and right. The burn damage. Will they be able to secure this? Bowder, JL jumping in. He's parry! An instant annihilation takes down this team. Oh my goodness. Who's taking this, Hiprain?
I don't know. It just won't end. JL, they're going to pop the ultimate kick. Kiki has been caught out here by VVV, but VVV also low. The fear and shoves. He can't move. He's just trapped inside the zone. I don't think anyone's getting to take it. VVV's fear and shove is absolutely huge, though. He's still got one more. Shreds through everybody inside the circle. It is carnage. JL cashing on kills, but WBG also getting a bunch in their pocket. It's so close on the scoreboards. JL holding on like a friend right now. WBG making a run for it. Down they go. And JL will be taking the game. Absolute carnage.
What a game. Did you see 5-1 get absolutely annihilated? Instant death. And it wasn't even the buff